For my underdogs, the ones willing to pay the cost. Even when we're up, we gotta take a loss. Underdogs are always against the odds. I'ma use this opportunity to do it for my underdogs. I'ma do this for my underdogs. I'ma do this for my underdogs. I'ma do this for my underdogs. Yeah, my underdogs.
Welcome back to another episode of the Rec Center podcast. We got a good one. One of the ones I've been looking forward to since we started. We're gonna have a good time with this one, Lo, man. I'm Kenny Edwards with my co-host Lorenzo Parham. Man, what's going on with you?
What's going on? Hey, Ken, I'm excited, man. After, like I told you, man, after we had Kirk on last week, shout out to Kirk Johnson, man, the expiring episode. He came out and brought out what was Titan Pride, man. It was only right. It had to be a bulldog to follow this up. So I wasn't going out like that. I had to bring a bulldog in, man. But before we introduce our guest, matter of fact, I'm gonna introduce our guest first, and then I want to do a quick moment of silence for Ruben Lewis that lost his life in Oakland yesterday. But dude, Ken, I tell you all the time, man. When these dudes got the tech, they changed the landscape of tech. No disrespect to Trev, no disrespect to Marshall, no disrespect to them dudes, but watching it, you knew by the time these dudes got there, there was going to be some championships coming through Tech, and I was there when they was freshmen, so I was a witness to it, Ken.
Yeah, me
but
too.
The most underrated person on that team is our guest, because the other people got all the accolades. Yeah. But when you talk about what Tim, shout out to Tim. Tim said this dude was the only person that locked him up, man. That lets you know what kind of dog he was, man. So shout out to our guest, man. Shout out to Deuce, man. Kenneth Smith. What up with you, Deuce?
What's going on, fellas? Thanks for having me.
Hey, Deuce, man. Step back real quick. I want to get a shot of your shirt real quick, man. They see we grind the Bulldog edition. AP40, man. You sent me the Arizona State one, man. I need the Bulldog edition though.
Not too many people got this one.
Man, we need.
It's the one of one.
I need that one. I need that one. P40, man. Put my order in, baby. I need that one, man. But like I said, man, I want to give a not shout out because it's a bad thing, man. But I want to talk about the violence that happened in Oakland, man. One of the good hoopers I'm seeing a lot of people talk about lost his life last night at football practice in front of his kids, man. So let's give a quick 5-second moment of silence to Ruben Lewis, man. Very unfortunate incident that happened yesterday. So Deuce knew him. I didn't know him personally, whatnot, but Deuce could speak on him later on in the episode. But definitely want to tip my hat, man, and get our brother his flowers for being out there with them kids and being a father to his kids from all the good things I'm hearing and seeing on social media. So definitely rest in peace to Ruben Lewis, man. He lost his life in Oakland last night. Great. Now let's get started with this episode, man. Deuce, man, hey, I'm happy to have you, bro. Because not only, I like I said, I witnessed the maturation of it all, man. It came back and left came back from college and then saw the championship happen. So definitely, man, I want to break it down though, man. So you're a North Oakland dude, man. Are you part of the Bush Rod clan as well?
I really started at Santa Fe.
Santa Fe,
back to Golden Gate. And then went to Bush Rod my sixth grade. Well, I started at Santa Fe, and I watched those guys outside play all day and all night. I get in trouble for,
Who were some of the guys playing at Santa Fe? Like that end up coming up and being really good?
It was just too many guys out there. Like the runs would be all day and all night. And I was young. I was real young. I was like, I wasn't even supposed to be out there. Especially as outside, street lights come on, I'm supposed to be at home. I'm still watching these guys play up and down the court. It was just fun and exciting. That's what got me started. That's what really got me started. And then once I got to Golden Gate, it was cool. It was fun. It was real fun. But then when I got to Bush Rod, it was a different animal. It was different, man.
What was that like? Like, what is it feeling like? When you just made that, I felt like I'm coming from Brooklyn, and I just stepped into the Rucker when I got like Bush Rod was the Rucker coming from Santa Fe. Like, did it feel like the Rucker? Like, I got a ball now.
You gotta bring it every day. You gotta play every day, no matter what it was. You could be playing pool, ping pong, whatever it was, and especially if you stay up with that court, you had to bring it. And especially having a great coach like Deuce Smith, shout out to him. I'll tell you guys a funny story, quick story about that. He was the first guy to make me use my right hand. I'm a lefty. All I wanted to do was go left, go left, go left. So he got tired of it. So this is what he did. We're scrimmaging Golden Gate, right? We're scrimmaging Golden Gate right before the playoffs, citywide playoffs. Scrimmage them, and he ties my left hand, my left arm behind my back in a scrimmage. So I had to do nothing but play with my right hand the whole game, no matter what. I was mad, I was crying, I cussed him out so many times under my breath. I sure didn't cuss him out publicly, but I was so mad. I was like, man, but it helped me. And to this day, I still tell him, I thank you for introducing me to my right hand.
What age
So
were
good.
you at that? What age were you? That was sixth grade?
Sixth grade.
Sixth grade, right? It's
Man,
crazy
you play
because
a whole game.
nowadays you see it where kids automatically in fifth grade get taught to use both hands, right?
Well, with a personal trainer and everything.
I still can't make a left hand layup, right? That was like if you didn't learn that by sixth grade, by ninth grade, it was a struggle to learn that. So when you got to Bushrod and you hooked up, like I know you got your age group Bushrod, but you got Bushrod been talked about on this podcast more than any rec center by all the hoopers. Who was a few ones that was older that when y'all had to do open run, you had to make sure you brought it because you playing up in them open runs at Bushrod?
It was a guy named Guy Torrey. I think his name Guy. He could shoot it. Marlon Simpkins was up there.
Marlon Simpkins. See, people don't know because Marlon Simpkins went to Head Royce.
Hey,
That's
he
how
went to Head Royce, and he went to Yale.
And Marlon Simpkins broke the backboard in a game at Head Royce.
For real?
Shattered the glass.
Marlon Simpkins was up there. His brother was up there. Big Mike. A lot of guys. Marcus Cole came up there. Brandon Payton. Oh my God! It was just too many people coming up there every day. Keith. Always you had to guard Keith every day.
That's where you got your defensive skills from.
No, but Keith was Deuce size back then though. Like Keith had the growth spurt that did it.
But he was just so skilled, man. Like you never seen nothing like it. Like his grandmother stayed on 59th and like Rasheen, past Rasheen up there, and he would dribble the ball between his legs, all the way down from his grandma's house to Bushrod. Didn't miss a beat. I'm talking about cross telegraph all the way down to Bushrod. Wouldn't miss a beat. Just kept dribbling. But he was so skilled, man. He was ahead of his time. He was ahead of his time. Like everybody say, like Durant and all that, Melo, and I seen that when I seen Keith.
I put Keith Wilwright, maybe not exactly in the Shea Cotton category, but in that
definitely.
Ahead of their time.
But
he's a walking 20 plus points.
Yeah.
You got him on your team, he coming into the gym, you got 20 points on the books.
Yeah.
Put it on there already because he's going to
easily.
Since 11 years old, I don't think he averaged, when he was 11, he started averaging like 20 points a game.
Man, what was it like, man? So so when you guys did come to Tech, and after you did the middle school and you guys came to Tech, how did all y'all end up this class you got all end up at Tech all together? Like, did McGavie come snatch y'all in middle school? Was it through an AAU program? How y'all all end up at Tech?
It was just a weird thing because shout out to Coach Gibson because he would be at all the citywide games on Saturday mornings. And we didn't know who he was. I didn't know who he was. He was just a cool, tall dude with shades on, with transition glasses on. So I didn't think nothing of him. Only thing I remember him saying, if you go come to Tech, make sure you be in shape. That was the only thing he said to me. He would come to the games, but the thing about our team was so cool and was so unique about it. we all either played with each other growing up or played against each other. Because Oakland citywide sports, I wish they would bring it back to how it was. Everybody played each other. Everybody played each other or played against each other. And our team, with the exception of Q, we all live within 5 to 10 block radius
from each other.
So you knew these guys. They weren't strangers.
I knew these guys from when it was elementary.
So it wasn't no pack though. It wasn't a pack like we gonna all go to Tech.
Nah. Only ones I was going, like, we were going to Tech was me and Mondo. Me and Mondo was like, we were going to Tech. That was it. Everybody else was just like, because Mondo was ahead of his time too. I'm talking about shooting left hand, shooting right hand, whatever you want to do. So we seen that and we was like, okay, we're going. But the funny thing about it is, when it came time for Q, when he was an 8th grader, I was at his championship game. He was at Tech, and I straight up, like, right before he went up for warm-up, I'm like, straight up, like, dude, what you gonna do? I said, we need you. I'm looking at him, I already know him because we played with each other at Bush Rock. And handles was off the hook then too. So it was already like, dude, we need you. I said, what's your other options? He was like, Odell or Skyline. But he was like, I want to come fuck with y'all. I want to come mess with y'all. I want my parents to come, my mom and them to come. I want to come here. So I'm like, dude, you come here, we can do something special. Because I already knew he was like one of the missing pieces.
Yeah, and he's an East Oakland kid too. So
yeah,
he grew up. That's what I said. With that, he's the only one that was outside our area. He did it legally though. He got interdistrict transfer. He did it legally.
No, we all did it legally.
We went through that.
He did it. He did it by the book.
Hey,
we are not DJ Vlad. We are not incriminating anybody.
Hey, but
I tell you who didn't do it by the book. Westchester. They didn't do it by the book.
Hold on, Westchester is a public school?
Yeah, it's a public school.
Oh, it's public school. Then
clearly there's still some bad blood there.
Definitely, because you have players that grew up that lived in Crenshaw. They didn't live in Westchester. They come from Crenshaw. They come from South Central. They come from Compton, but they going to Westchester. Man, come on.
What I learned is Southern California find ways. They find ways to make CIF not question everything that they do, right?
Must be the money.
Hey.
No, they work together. Like that's what separates us. That's what separates us right there. Like as far as programs, AAU programs and things like that, they really work together. They really are about the kids, whatever. It don't matter if they're playing for Compton Magic or whoever. Or whatever, Upland, or whatever high school they went to, or whatever. When it comes time for them kids to be able to get seen and put on the map, okay, my team not doing nothing this week. Hey, can you take care of my kid for me? We need one. Hey, shoot him right over. Just take care of my kid. That's all it is. That's the separators, man. That's the bottom line.
What I witnessed is similar to how the music industry is for Northern California, right? Where if one person doing his thing, instead of us, everybody embracing it, working together, it'd be the hate that come in it, right? So what happens in this type of environment in sports is like, okay, I'm not about to send Deuce my kid because I might not get my kids back, even though I'm letting them go run with Deuce in the tournament. That's what happens in Northern California. It's not hey, Deuce, I'm going to use your kid, and I'm going to shoot them back to you. It's Deuce got my kid. And now I'm in a recruiting war with Deuce, and Deuce and slid his mama a few dollars. Now it's over for me. Right? So you run across those type of environments now out here, right? Hey, but Deuce, that freshman class when you came to Tech, who all was in that class? Because I be getting it mixed up with 01 and 02 a little bit. Who all was in that class when you got there? You 01 or 02?
2002.
You 2002, okay.
So it was me, Mondo, Kev, Terrence, and it was some other people, but they had transferred out. We had Ike. Ike Counts, he was at Tech.
Okay.
We had Sal Vance was at Tech. He didn't get to play though. Somebody hated on us. Uh, that was about it, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, but so the class ahead of you, so that '02 class is y'all. The '01
Uh-huh.
class is Shay, Keith.
Shay, Keith,
Is Mike Gates in that class? Was Mike in
Mike
that?
Gates was there. We had Mike Gates at Tech at the same time I'm coming in. As a freshman, he was a sophomore. We had Mike Gates. And then we were really loaded. We were really loaded.
So y'all was loaded y'all class, right? But that 99 class, I saw a picture of it on social media. I kind of went in on the picture a little bit. I said, hey, dude, I don't know what team was this. I know it didn't do no good on the team, right?
Listen.
But 99 was better than 2000.
But to be honest with it, Ken,
no. I'm lying. I'm hella lying. Because Smoke was 99. Yeah, that team.
Yeah, to be honest with it, Ken, I was on that team in intramurals, everything, right?
Yeah.
And they realized that I'm an extra year in high school.
I remember
so they hate on me. I can't play hoop that year, right? But the intramurals is cool, right? Everything is some hooper. When I look at the picture, Ken, it's like, yo, who was y'all about to beat, right? So did y'all ever feel like, hey man, I just need to get this, like we just got to grind these years out until we get our shot with the nucleus that we put together?
So what happened was, me and Mondo are freshmen. Mondo get the nod for playing varsity from the gate. He gets the nod already because he's that guy. He's that good.
He was really good and fast. He was really good and fast.
He's that good. And if you check his DNA, check his history record, every Tech championship has to do with somebody in his family. Every championship. Laurie, his uncle Ricky was a great shooter. Josh and Terrell Laurie, of course.
Them his family members?
Them his uncles.
I remember
them his mama's brothers. So that DNA is something else. So he gets flat out, you go play varsity. I'm on JV. But while I'm on JV, we get the scrimmage varsity throughout the year. We are giving it to varsity. Every practice, we're making them run. Coach Mack just cussing, yelling at them, getting on their head. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. Y'all letting these JV play. I should let them play. I'm just, giggling and, teasing them, talking mess to Coach Gibb. And I finally, when I finally get moved up, when we finally won our first game in the OAL, and that was it. Season over. So the freshman year was like 1-9 in OAL.
Wow.
Second year was like 2-8. And then we just, after that sophomore year, that's when we just really just came together and gelled and started playing at the summer team camp at Cal every year. And we just came together. We was like, dude, we not like this. We're not no losers. We not used to losing. Yeah, you know what I mean? Well, let's not get in that habit of losing because we all came from winning situations. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but your sophomore year, I saw it coming because that was my senior year. And and at Oakland High, that was the year we won it. But y'all played us at Ohio, y'all had us up. Y'all was up 14. Like in the third, going into the fourth, or maybe even in the fourth. But it came down to you guys turning the ball over, not making free throws, the defensive laps. And so we escaped. But I remember after that, I said, nah, them boys is next. Like, they coming. And I'm happy we got them now while they're young, because we ain't gonna be able to do nothing with them after this.
But let me back you up real quick. So, Deuce, your freshman year, you on JV. Even though Tech got a 1-9 record, one thing they did have was the fan support. Every game still locked up, right? What was it like? What was it like when you moved to sophomore and y'all go 2-8, but you playing in a bigger environment? It's the OAL. What was that energy like when you got to varsity?
Man, that was one of the best. That was the best times. One of the best times of my life is just having that atmosphere, and then just the crowd is there. They involved, the cheerleaders. Then later we had a DJ in the corner, and then when we started really winning, oh my gosh, we had a mascot. He had gold teeth in the mascot bulldog. He dancing at halftime. So by then, my junior senior year, at halftime, ain't nobody messing with us anyway. So we already blew the team out anyway. So I'm peeking outside the dance room looking at the halftime because we up. Coach ain't got nothing to really say. Like, dude, come on, man. So keeps talking to us, but I'm just trying to watch a halftime show because they out there turf dancing and the music going, right? Everything. That was, listen, I've never experienced a crowd like that ever. And I've played ever. And I've played at some of the rowdiest places in the country, but you'll never get nothing like that. You'll never get nothing like that.
OAL basketball was the most fun time of my life.
Yes, absolutely.
I can witness that.
Especially when you win it. Especially when you win. Like even if you lose, even if you losing, it's still off the hook. But when you win,
when you winning, you get a steal. You get somebody get crossed over. Get dunked on.
But dude, I don't think. Let me set the stage for Ken, man, because
I know it's coming.
29 or not, Ken. The energy of that team is off the hook. So when he talk about turf dancing, you got guys like Tyree in there. These are people that started the gig, and Lucius and Price, right? I can imagine what that did all around. Like a DJ is in the side of the stadium, right? They go rock out anyway with the energy. Like pep squad, cheerleading squad, they go rock out anyway. You add a DJ into that. Like I'm wishing I was going with Ken. We was in college. I'm wishing I could go back and see videos of that, man, because it let you see what, even though our fans traveled everywhere, right?
Everywhere.
We pack a stadium at Castlemont, right? Nobody comes to Castlemont for games.
Nobody comes to Castlemont.
At Mac, right? Our fans would travel and see it, right? Even in football, I mean, we lost to Fremont 51-6, but we had all the fans in the stadium, man. So that energy of the Tech support and fans is there, right?
It's real. It's always there.
I understand exactly what Deuce is saying with when they started winning. But Deuce, let me back up for a second. What was it like when Leon got on campus and everything started turning around, and what the practice was like and how y'all got y'all starting 5 when he get on campus?
So when Leon gets on campus, mind you, I'm already familiar with Leon. Played with each other at Golden Gate. And I played against him when I was at Bush Rock. So I'm very familiar with Leon. Very familiar with him. I know that's my guy. That's my guy. I know story from the cover to the end of the book. When he got there, I seen him. I was like, he's hungry. He want to win. He want to work. And then when he got on the court, everybody was like, he's not no freshman, because he wasn't built like a freshman. His strength wasn't like a freshman, and his mindset wasn't like a freshman. So he was strong as an ox. Dude. And mind you, Leon did not lift weights until he got to Cal.
Are you serious?
So imagine I'm dead serious. Imagine if that boy if he'd have lifted some weights in high school, he probably did some push-ups or something. But as far as really working on his body, not until he got to Cal.
Wow.
So when he got to Tech, it was like a breath of fresh air. I'm like, okay, cool. Only thing was, if we could just stay eligible. We just stay eligible, man. Like we had him, Keith, Shay, Mike Gates, but Mike Gates seen it was too much, so he had to transfer. Did what's best for him, and it worked out for him. And we were loaded. We had Ted, we had Daryl Payne. We were pretty loaded, dude.
Hey.
We were pretty loaded.
Hey, do you think so? I'm trying to figure out, man, like the names you just named, right? So you got the people
Xavier. We had Xavier too.
Xavier, and y'all had another kid on there named Zach. Zach was good. Was Zach on your team too?
Zach was on JV with me.
He was good though. I can attest he was good, right?
He was
so
good.
The people y'all had on that team, I'm trying to figure out, man, that's starting 5. Without ineligibilities, who's the starting 5?
Ooh. I would say, Mondo, Shay Leon, Keith, and I don't know. Do you start Deuce if it ain't no ineligibility? my confidence won't say I will start.
It's that 2 spot
Well,
or the other
what-
wing
It's that
spot.
2 spot.
No,
Because at the time, you know, my problem was I couldn't shoot I wasn't a good shooter at the time.
oh, who was the
But-
2? Q wasn't the 2. Q wasn't there
No,
yet.
not his
Q
sophomore
wasn't
year.
there yet.
Okay,
Q wasn't there yet.
Okay, so
my freshman year, Q wasn't there yet.
so with
Ted
Daryl Payne the 2,
Ted started with
Daryl
Ted's-
Payne would have been the 2 then.
Either D Payne or D Payne.
Cause dude,
Because he was
first
a
of all,
shooter.
you can't say Ted, bro. You can't.
No, I
Listen
said that's
to me.
who that's who actually started.
Yeah, we giving
That's-
Ted my guy. I'm giving
and he
Ted
and,
the
and,
benefit.
Antonio Williams Parker boy, it was like,
Ted
hey,
would've
just go.
Ted benefited from the ineligibility. That's my guy.
Hey,
But
Ted would have been on the bench mob with me with the defensive stuff. We'd have came in together.
Ken, I
Nah,
watched
that's how I
Daryl
see it.
Payne. I watched Daryl Payne and Keith Wilwright sit on opposite sides of the corner and didn't miss a 3-pointer, bro.
I
They
believe
did
it.
not miss.
I
Daryl Payne
believe
was automatic too, man. Very unfortunate what's
Automatic.
going on with Daryl Payne, but he
God.
was automatic, bro. When we talk about just natural 3-point shooters, he is one of the
Yeah.
ones that come to Jabari Gilbert, Marcus Malone, Keith Wilwright, Daryl Payne. Names come out there because DP was he was a stroker.
Yeah.
He shot better
Beautiful
than Dominique
shot.
Ingerson to me. He had a better jumper than Dominique Ingerson to me. Like I watched Daryl Payne not miss for hella jumpers on the corner, right? And I could see I know he would have got the 2. If we talking about the 2 guard spot open, yeah.
Yeah, he would have got it. He would have got it.
But
Definitely.
y'all,
Thank
Not-
God for ineligibility.
but hey, but that's the backcourt. Ken, them front
Yeah.
court position. Whenever we talking about if Deuce going to be a starter, that tells
Right,
you what the front court
right. That
look
tell
like,
you
right?
that tell
What
you
the
how
front
loaded
court
it is.
look like,
Nah,
right?
Leon was a freshman when I was a senior. Leon gave me 19, and I didn't know who he. I'm like, who is this? But he was like Dude said, he was strong as shit.
As a freshman.
Strong. I never seen nobody that strong as a freshman.
Like,
Like,
I knew
just
it was-
naturally
it was
strong.
Just too.
But how was, man? We had Shay on. And Shay spoke about the team as well. Did we have anybody else from that team as well? No, we didn't, right? But then again,
Q.
Oh, we had
Q
Q,
was
that's
on.
right, yeah.
Q
But
on.
not
And-
the sophomore team though.
No, but Antonio Kellogg said he was supposed to be there too. Kellogg said he was there, and he
No, he
Listen,
was there.
listen.
He was enrolled at Tech
Listen,
for like 2 weeks.
everybody was at Tech. Everybody came to Tech.
Oh shit!
But it was just-
and Ike.
We had Derek Bruce. We had Mike Gates. Because Xavier had to transfer. It was
And
too
to
much.
me, Leon, not Leon Poe, but Rob partner Leon. I can't remember his last.
Leon Gantner.
That transfer from Ohio. Yeah, bro, he was on campus.
He was there.
hey, but Ken,
And it was too much. It was too much.
I didn't know Mike Gates was that good till I saw him in Pinole Valley newspaper, and I think he had like 30 and 20 or something, like 30 something, 20 rebounds, and I'm like, oh, he left Tech. I saw it in the newspaper, like, oh, he ain't there no more. But I can see why that front court was too.
Front court was too much.
What was it
Mike
like,
Gates
though?
had one.
I'm about to say, Q spoke on the team, Shay spoke on the team, and we spoke about like Leon coming in, man. Like, did he walk into one of those like Ray Young situations at St. Joe's where everybody just, hey, dude, this is on campus, this we about to defer to now, this is our guy? Or was it ever this still like a Shay type team to see the older person on the team?
Didn't nobody know what Leon was capable of doing. So we really had to, rely on what's been there. But now when he started to play, that spoke for itself. So every time like Leon would run the lane on the right side, I'm gonna throw it up. I can't tell you how many times I didn't throw a lob to him and we were losing and he'd go up and get it. He didn't care because he was that hungry. He was just grimy, just a dog. So for him to do that, we just had to rely on what we knew, and that was Shay. And then unfortunately things, transpired happening with Shay. And now, like you said, thank God for ineligibility, right? So now it's the post show. It's the post show, straight up. Like you imagine like you having two potential McDonald's All-Americans within a point guard and a four-man, big man, and they can easily on any given night can combine for 50 points in a high school game easily. Like that was unheard of, and like they bumped heads. Like really, they clashed. Oh, they clashed.
Who was that? Mondo and
Mondo and Leon clashed damn near every day.
Damn, you could. I could never tell.
Yeah, you would never tell. You never tell. We kept a lot of stuff in house, but I was the therapist. I was the peacemaker.
You were Steven Jackson.
Yeah, I'm like, because Leon would get the ball, and it didn't matter how many he would get. This is the first time I seen 3 people come at him on the block, and he didn't care. He's going up and he's going to score. Mondo thing was, man, talk to your boy. Go tell him to kick the ball out. He ain't passing. All right, I'll talk to him. Same, go hit back to Leon and tell him to pass the ball down there, man. You see me down there? Talk to your boy. I'm like, man, when y'all gonna get me the ball?
Man, hey, but you know what, dude, you got your dirty where you got the dirty points, man. I'm gonna go get my rebound. I'm getting my rebound and put it back up. I'm getting me a steal because it's
the thing.
I talked to Ken about this the other day. I got to do good with it because I don't know when I'm gonna get it again.
I'm gonna get it. So my thing was always been like this ever since I was young. You have a defensive mindset. I wasn't the best shooter. I couldn't dribble with my right hand when I was younger. So I had to rely on my grit, on my grind, was just flat out play defense. Guard the best player. Don't let them touch it. Do everything, all the dirty work. Rebound, block shots, steals, take charges, do all the stuff that really nobody else wanted to do. And I didn't mind that because at the end of the day, we were trying to win. So, and we did that. So, yeah, that was my thing, man, was just defensive mindset. And that's why I knew, okay, if you can't do this, find you something that can stick, that can keep you on this floor.
Right.
That keep you in the game. Because if you ain't gonna get the ball, if you playing defense, you're gonna
be needed.
You're gonna get a steal.
You're gonna be needed.
You're gonna be involved somewhere, somehow. So, and the type of and the way we played for our team, the way we played, defense was the mindset anyway. So it worked out perfectly for me because Coach Mack and those guys, they preach defense from the jump. I could tell you right now with the defensive schemes that we were running, and Coach Mack was running them since he started coaching. 10-5, DC, 13. Easy. Ran that every year. 10-5, DC, 13, 31. Every year. Never changed.
That's how you know it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes, because he's been running the same defense for years. It ain't the X's and the O's. You got to
have the personnel. You got to have the personnel.
He said, man,
can't win the Kentucky Derby with a bunch of donkeys.
Exactly. Coach Mack thing was, it works if you get in, if you give yourself to it, if you believe in
6 Division I All-Americans, then it works.
I mean, that helps too, but that's not our fault. They just they just fell in the Coach Mack lap, to be honest.
Matter of fact, now that let me back you up on that. Y'all go 1-9. Y'all go 2-8. Losing, but that's not y'all mentality. That's not something y'all used to. Were y'all playing anyone? This is my overrated question that y'all felt was like, dude, we losing, but bro, they ain't that good, man. They overrated. Did y'all? Who was that? Deuce?
That sophomore year, we was in every game. We was in every game. And I think the only thing the reason why we was losing those games because we're young and experienced. It wasn't the talent. It wasn't the heart. It wasn't the hustle. It was just inexperience. It didn't matter who in OAL you had to bring it. I don't give a damn who you was playing tonight. That team could be on forever. But you've been playing in OAL, you go bring it because you in the town, because you don't want to be talked about. That's bro from Tech that got dunked on by blood from Mac. You don't want to be that guy. So you really had to bring it. It didn't matter who we was playing that night. We had to bring it every night. I remember senior night, I was mad on senior night at halftime. You know how they, acknowledge the seniors, whatever. I wasn't caring about that senior night that night. We was messing up. We was about to mess up our perfect season. So I was more concerned about, finishing this the right way. I had somebody got pictures out there now. I had frown on my face, upset looking. I was mad about the game because we was losing. Like, we at home. Let's finish this. But that was our mindset. Like, we were just inexperienced at the time.
Hey, when we talked about that team, I got another question. Was Fab on any of them teams with y'all? What year was Fab on with y'all? Shout out to Fab, man. Fab he got the same hesitation move he do. Shout out to Fab, man. Was Fab on there with y'all?
Yes, Stanley was on the team. Stanley was on the team in my sophomore year. Stanley was there. Yeah. And, Stanley still plays the same.
The hesitation move, the
hesitation. You go hezzy, ain't really going nowhere because now, he got all this in front of his stomach. So now it's just the head. It's just the head. And he go shoot. But yeah, he was out there. He was definitely out there.
Hey, but Fab was a hustler and Fab was nice with it, man. I just think if Fab was consistent with it, he could have.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. Something. If Fab was consistent with it, I would have had Fab ahead of Ted if he was consistently playing basketball. Just because, that's a fair debate right there.
That's fair. That's
a fair debate. I would have had Fab over. I would have Fab over Ted, and Ted is my guy. I hung out with Ted every day.
Hey, and Fab will come to the games very well dressed. Very well dressed.
That's my
guy. Like he going to Jimmy's or something, like he going to Jeffrey's or something. He would come very well dressed.
Hey.
And him and Keith on the back of the bus to the games and from games, oh my gosh. You talking about a capping session from start to finish, they would never let up. It was one hit after another. They would hit each other, hit. It was never a miss. We're losing, but we get to laugh because them two fools on the back of the bus.
Hey, y'all played Westchester in the championship 2 years in a row?
Yeah, Tech did, not me. I played one.
You played your senior year, then they went back and played it.
They went back. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was trying to see if y'all.
So 01 was Shay's year.
Shay and
I
Keith.
think they lost.
2001 one was De La Salle.
Hey, that's if that 2001 team with you guys on there, you say Keith, Deuce, would y'all have beat that Westchester team with Hassan Adams them on it?
So we should have beat them our senior year.
Man,
we would definitely beat them with that team, but we should have beat them our senior year. We lost by like 5.
They were deep though, man. How many D1s they had that year? They had
the whole team.
The whole team.
Hey, when I was watching the layup line, I'm like, oh, because I'm like, Tech was the shit to me, and then I'm looking at Westchester like, oh shit.
And that's all you hearing. Ooh, when they in the layup line.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean, just the physical bodies was different.
They were definitely built different. They were very talented, very skilled, but very athletic. And hell, I think 2 or 3 of their players still playing pro ball right now, to be honest. Like,
what was y'all mindset going in? I'm sure y'all felt y'all could win, but was it like a real feel like we could win, or is it just I'm a competitor, so I feel like I could win?
It was a real win. Like we didn't come this far to lose. It was too much. So the thing was, like, I think we had got into it with them in the because we had seen them in Fort Myers. We went to Fort Myers in December. So we heard, we was watching. We didn't play them, but we in Fort Myers in December. They in the same tournament, City of Palms Classic. We in the same tournament. They win it or whatever. But that was our first experience outside of California with each other. And we get out there and we realize there's no shot clock. We're wondering why is they stalling? Like, what's going on? At the time, there was no shot clock in outside of California. No shot clock. So we was like, oh my God. So Westchester, we see him, we're like, okay. So I bump into one of their friends of or their family members in the hotel lobby, and she asked me what school or whatever. I said, yeah, we'll go to Tech. Oh, okay. And then she said something to the fact that, oh, we're about to win this tournament somewhere. I said, all right, we'll see y'all at state. That was it.
Hey,
And from that point on, that's what we wanted to see. We knew we was going to see them.
so
There was talk about them because they had their starting 7 that was eligible to go to college the following year. The starting 7 was like big time names. So
how did it by the time your senior year come and you playing now? Are you the 3 or are you playing a 4?
I'm playing whatever Coach Mack needed me to play, to be honest.
Because
I was playing the 4.
I see you doing that.
3, 4. I was playing the 3 to 4 mostly. And then I would guard the best perimeter player. Like I was really down there banging. And I kid you not, I was 165, 169 or something like that in senior year. So I didn't really have no bulk strength, but mentally I was strong as ox. So I didn't fear nobody out there. But yeah, I had to go. I was playing a lot of 4. I went from playing a 4, and then when I got to junior college, starting point guard. So go figure.
That's what I'm saying. Crazy, right? That's crazy. Hey, I remember, and we talk about this game a lot on here. I came back from college spring break. You guys are playing St. Mary's at Cal State Hayward.
Ooh.
The game is hyped up. I'm coming. I'm hearing about this Tech team. I'm just got away to college. It is March 19th, 2002. I remember the date because it's the day. I think it's the day Credibo got killed the next day.
The next day, yep. The next day.
Credibo gets killed.
He was there. He was there too.
He was up there. I'm talking to him up at the game. I'm at the game talking to him, but I come to watch this and I'm hearing about this Tech team. Raw. I'm looking at Armando again. He a senior. You a senior. And I keep telling people all the time, I was more impressed by Deshaun Freeman, right? Free had a hell of a game, and I didn't know who else he was playing with. I didn't know who was it, Ali?
It was John Sharper.
John Sharper, right? And that team, and I'm like, damn, they going at it. And then I'm like, this is why we talk about it. This is when we came out with the list. I'm like, Ken, I gotta put Deshaun over Q on my list because, like, Deshaun, I just watched him play this Tech team. And the difference maker was like, I know they had the Q and Deshaun matchup, right?
Yeah.
Q did it, Deshaun did his thing, but Mondo was the difference maker because Mondo was unguardable. Dude, I don't care if he was unguardable. He was like ahead of his time as a point guard. Like, but when y'all beat them, like, did you know Free before that?
Yeah, I knew Free before that. And Mondo knew him real well because they was like, I think they played St. Leo's or something together, St. Cyril, something like that. They was in that league together. They played with each other or played against each other. And the thing of me and D Free we knew each other before that because we played once that summer before we played Soldiers together. Okay. That's when D Free that's when first time I seen Hassan Adams because that's when Deshaun got dunked on by like very bad.
He just threw that in.
Erased from the archive, right?
I thought with D Free, I'm.
It wasn't like Brandon Knight, and it wasn't like
because Hassan dunked with his left hand, way outside the box. He was still in the air, and D Free jumped and he came down, and he was still in the air.
Oh no! Wow.
So I talk about me and D Free go back and forth all the time because it's funny because when he went to Sac State and then I wound up at Eastern Washington and we had to see each other there. So I picked his pocket a few times easily. I got on tape. I got that on tape, but whatever.
We need that. We need the receipts. We need the receipts.
You know how they say, see, y'all got a different era, man. You in a different era. Y'all had videotapes and max preps and all of that, man. So it should be verified. Like, listen, I can lie all I want because can't nobody verify that I didn't do it. Right?
Listen, and a lot of people our era low are doing that.
Hey, if we had like how they got it right now with all this social media stuff, a lot of the players that didn't nobody see, they would be on somebody's all-time top 10. It was some crazy plays that we came up with that just not even in the playbook, just did it on just do it.
Yeah.
And it was just crazy. But that game at East Bay was something special because it was sold out for one. That's the first thing I noticed. Sold out. And it was like a couple hundred people that couldn't still get in.
Damn.
There was a couple hundred people that still couldn't get in. So we was like, we looking around. You see over there, you see Gary Williams over there, you see Roy Williams over there in the corner in the cuts watching. I'm like, ooh, wee, it's about to go down. So that was St. Mary's first mistake was going to D1. Because
they jumped up a level.
If they would stay in their division, they would have been a lot more better because when they came up there with us, it was like, nah, this ain't what you want.
I think Free said their coach was feeling himself a little bit, so he jumped up because he was bringing in DeMarcus Nelson. Ain't that what Free said?
Yeah, and DeMar he left and had to do what was best for him. And he left that situation. And that night, we knew that Mondo and D3 would go at it. They've been going at it for years. Okay, you got him. We gotta stop Sharper. He their best shooter. He got a trigger. He got a pistol. He can shoot the ball. I'm like, all right, I got him. Mondo's like who? Man, Mondo's like Deuce got him. That was it. It wasn't no. We didn't have no real good scouting reports or like that. We didn't really. Who we playing? Show up, figure it out. And figure it out. Come on, let's play. It wasn't. I didn't get introduced to a scouting report till junior college. And we had to write, at that point, we had to write down everything what the coach wrote. So he knew that we knew what we was up against.
Right.
But that's the first time I got introduced to scouting report. Other than that, go out here, we play, we figure it out. Because, growing up playing Oakland, you go play a pickup game, you ain't got no scouting report.
Nah.
Right.
You got an idea of who's playing and who's gonna be there on the court, but you don't know what's their tendencies and what they doing here, what's their shoot percentage, or what they got. You don't know none of that. You gotta go out there and play. You gotta figure it out. So that's what we did. And I held Sharper to, I want to say like 11 points.
Wow.
9 or 11 points.
That's impressive.
Hey,
dude.
dude.
Averaging about a good 17.
As a defender, you talked about earlier your knack for defense. T-Time told us that you weren't the only person that ever shut him down. You had to guard Sharper. I want you to tell me in the OAL who was the hardest you had to guard, and outside the OAL who was the hardest you had to guard.
Paul was the far hardest person I had to guard.
Who was that?
Paul Murray. P40 was the hardest person I had to guard. He was the hardest person I had to guard.
But you were younger. How much
you was a
younger
sophomore. He was a sophomore.
I was a sophomore, and I got a real dose. I got a real dose of it.
Yeah, we all did. Don't worry.
Yeah, I didn't understand what it was, what hype was about. I was like, man, if you just don't let him. My thing was, don't let him touch the ball. Don't let nobody touch the ball.
Yeah. So
wherever you go, I go. It's a 4-on-4 because he's not gonna touch the ball. That was my whole mindset. But somehow, some way, he found a way to get that ball, and it was tough. It was tough. Outside of the OL. DeMarcus Nelson got me good. He got me a little bit, but we were just more better than them. But he just had a knack for scoring, man.
Was that Vallejo or Sheldon?
Vallejo. When he was at Vallejo, but he has a knack for scoring. He came into his own. But other than that, I had no troubles with really nobody. I mean, you came across CG, and he was always tough to guard because he don't stop.
Right.
You know how Russell Westbrook plays?
Yeah.
That was CG, but he doesn't stop. It's like he has ADHD
with
in
the ball.
HD with the ball.
Yeah.
All day. I'm
Absolutely.
like, whatever.
Yeah.
So
I seeing his son play and seeing the accolades and all the hype, I just be like, bro, I wish I would have saw his daddy. Like his daddy.
Listen. His daddy was something special. His daddy was something different. His whole mentality was something I'd never seen before. Yeah. And his daddy idolized Iverson. So when his son went to Georgia, I'm like, that's a no.
Right.
Yeah.
So but CG, he was definitely different when he was playing. Like definitely different. Like I ain't never seen nothing like it. I ain't seen nothing like it really.
Hey, what did you guys play the De La Salle teams, because they was really good your senior years as well too? Who was their guy that the best scorer on their team?
The best player on their team was, for me, it was Charles Brown.
That's what everybody keeps saying.
Charles Brown was definitely the better player for me, from my opinion. But the hype is around Joe C. No knock on Joe C. Because listen, no knock on that man right there, because he was nice. Period.
So to you, Charles Brown was better than Joe C?
I may be a little biased because I played with Charles Brown AAU.
Yeah.
But for me, yeah, Charles Brown.
I've heard that from a couple people though. You're not the first person that I've heard say that. I just don't remember Charles Brown like that. I remember Joe C. I remember Gus Archibald. I remember Jaime Sanchez and all those guys.
Yeah, big Jaime. Oh, we almost lost to them. We almost lost to De La Salle senior year. In the NorCal championship, we almost lost. At UC Davis, we almost lost to them.
No, I was at that game. Wait,
they had
Ricalen Sims, and he kept hitting that baseline jumper over and over. I was at that game. I remember that.
That's the definition of scouting report, right? De La Salle, they didn't go to nobody else's game but ours during the whole preseason. They was at a De Anza game. And everybody know when you play in De Anza, that's nothing but a stat filler. That's not even game. You playing in De Anza, it wasn't even nobody there. So we there was at a De Anza game with a film. I'm like, why are they filming this game? This ain't, we ain't about to do that. So they were at every game. They didn't care. They were watching us from start to finish because they knew that, and they really figured it out. They figured it out. They put Ricalen Sims in that short corner of our zone on the left side. And somehow, I don't know how the pass kept getting to him, but he would knock it down. So he was probably at De La that whole week, just on the gun, shooting that shot over and over and over and over because he couldn't miss. Thank God he fouled out. Thank God he fouled out because we were lost.
Hey, hold on. Before I get into the a story that I want you to talk about, I want to tap on this infamous top 25 list from the Rec Center. I know you remember. I know you probably saw the top 25 list. It was very debatable. It was a whole bunch of how he didn't make it, why he didn't make it. I'm honorable mention, but I should move up in the list. You probably saw a lot of them guys. Do you remember the list? Do you think some, Q was the point where we said, Q should have been on the list after having a conversation with Q and seeing what it was, right? So if I'm going off what I saw, it's different than going off of Q leading the team to a championship when none of y'all are there, right? That was different for me. Like, okay, because Q said he won OEL 4 years straight. And I'm like, he might be the only person to win OEL 4 years straight ever, right?
Not even, listen, he ain't even look. Q hasn't had a losing season
ever
since probably fourth grade. He probably haven't had a losing season since like the fourth grade.
Wow.
Fifth grade, he played at Bushrod with me. He was winning. Went to championship there. Sixth grade, I think they probably won it. Seventh, eighth grade at the middle school he was at, they was in the championship every year. Ninth grade, he gets the Tech, OL title, NorCal championship, like NorCal first round knockout, whatever. We was like, man, what's going on? So he had never. Then he just after that it was just championship after championship after championship. Carolina first year, national championship. Like he hasn't had a losing season since like the fourth grade. He's been a winner. Everybody win.
That's nice.
We don't get no championship if he don't come. We might get it, but it made it more difficult to get it.
Right.
Get a championship. Right. But we don't get no back-to-backs. I'll tell you this. So we were so disrespectful in our junior and senior year. Okay, we won in our junior year. it was tough too. We had to beat Castlemont twice. It was tough. And then I had to make some clutch free throws down the end. Uncle Howard Gamble, he thought I was going missing. So we won that one. Then we come back the following year in the OAL championship with the same championship T-shirt on from last year, right? And with the new back-to-back championship hats on in warm-ups.
Oh, yeah, that's
That's disrespectful.
That's calls for a hard foul.
I will foul the shit out of somebody.
That's calls for a hard foul.
The shit out of somebody. I'm ready.
We really had them. They was already made. We was like, man, we wearing them right now. Mondo, here come Mondo. We wearing them right now.
I can see Mondo doing that too.
Man, give me my hat. We wearing these right now. We put on the hats. All right. Wow. And that was it. But yeah, definitely Q got 4 of them things easy. But when he got the last one, when I came to visit him, when I was in college, I came home for that break, that short break, around Christmas time, whatever. And I went to see him play. And I said, yeah, that's from all those 3 years of battling, every day at practice, games with us. You see it right now, because that Q his senior year, nobody in the land can touch him. Nobody. That's why he went to North Carolina.
Shout out to Q, because
that's why he went to North Carolina.
That helped us out when I literally you clear things up when you have a conversation about something, right?
Like no lie, like he's the most humble. Q is just humble. That's just him. He's always been that humble guy, like down to earth dude. But man, Q was couldn't nobody mess with him.
He was very humble when we had him on. He was like, hey, if you guys don't think I should be on, no problem. But I think in his mind, he's like, but you fuckers don't have 4 straight titles.
No, you don't have one, Lo.
You go to Carolina. Yeah, you didn't go to Carolina.
Went to Carolina. I got, Final Fours and Sweet 16s. And I'm going back to his room. I'm looking at Air Force Ones. They ain't never came out. I'm like, y'all got these at the Final Four? Like, yeah, that was just one pair of them. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Come on now. I seen Final Four with the Air Force Ones with the Final Four emblem on them when they played. Like,
damn,
he was a winner. He's a winner.
Hey, here go the other question. Due to Keith ineligibility, do you think he should have made the list?
Still should make the list.
My guy.
This is why. Because he was still the most feared player, eligible or not. They was worried about if he was going to be eligible.
No, so I was. Yes.
When you had to be worried about somebody who's going to be eligible, if they're going to play tonight, that's a huge impact.
Yeah.
You got to think about, man, I don't even know if he going to play. They ain't even said nothing yet. Only time you'll find out is at warm-ups.
That's what I was just about to say, because we didn't have social media. So I'm literally walking in the gym, and you do the little run around the course. I'm looking. I'm like,
you out here yet?
Do you see him come in with a hoodie? Like, okay,
hoodie on?
He not dressed.
He ain't playing. How much time left before the start?
Yeah,
he might get a grade change.
Bro,
he might get a grade change before the tip off.
Right. That's really how I walked in the gym my senior year. Like, bro,
his impact like that. That's why he's on that top 25. No doubt in my mind.
There's no one else I felt that way. Like,
no,
Paul, like whatever, no. Just stop Paul. I really didn't care who played, but Keith,
he played.
Keith, I'm looking.
But this the amazing thing though. Keith was being eligible the whole season and then go play in a bush ride tournament and drop 30. 35. Like, dude, listen, what have you been doing? Did you just
no.
Did you just shepherd? Yeah. Did you just pull out the gym?
Like back then we wore our shorts under our jeans. Remember? We used to wear our shorts under our jeans. So you just pull your pants down and just get ready.
And the thing about Keith was another thing. He didn't really work out like that. He just really just played.
He could just play. He could just hoop.
He just played. So imagine, even like CG, and we were on the same AAU team. So imagine if they really worked out like these kids are doing now. Easy. Keith is $100 million man. Easy.
Especially now when you could just go. You don't even got to go to college.
Dude,
so ineligible or not, he going straight G League.
Bruh, Keith could have been $100 million easy.
I just watched Rudy Gobert get like 20-something million. Like, you mean to tell me
And
Keith
he
can't,
airballing layups.
Keith can't go get his bread?
Cutbacks.
You know, hey, but definitely, man. And that was the list in a nutshell. That was debatable from the list. Was do we have Q onto the list after talking to Q? Definitely Q was on the list. Then we had the debate about Keith. Shout out my guy Marquine, because Marquine pretty much looked at the list and said, "Man, shouldn't nobody be on the list."
About 4 names. About 4 names.
He said, Marquine say 4 people should be on the list. He say he taking my cousin Marshawn off. He's like, Marshawn shouldn't be on the list. You know, he say somebody else should be on the list. Brandon Payton was on the list. That was one. But that wasn't the only ones that somebody said something about. You know, and it was definitely the East Bay. Jamal Hill. Ken felt Jamal Hill was one of the ones that was better after high school as well. He thought he got better after high school.
Gary Hill Thomas definitely on there.
No, he's on
GHT.
there.
Shout out to GHT, man.
GHT definitely on there.
Me and GHT take our sons to go work out and run a track together and stuff.
Shout out to BP too, man. He just became a dad.
Shout out to BP, man. He's excited, super juice, man.
Oh my God.
I tried to get GHT on, man. GHT is one of the ones that, man, Lo, I don't like talking on no podcast, man. I just did my work. Hey, man. Bishop O'Dowd guy, man. You know, he just did his work, man. Shout out to GHT. Who else we had on this list? Man, that was it. That was more debatable. But Ken brought a story to me before we got on. I need you to explain the story to me.
Oh, man.
Senior year. Going into your senior year, man. What happens? Tell like what happens? And you almost joined the list that I don't like talking about too much on the rec center, because I felt we could have been the school of champions if we didn't have this list lingering over our head.
Right. So
basketball.
So didn't nobody know about this and stuff for like before last night, but before like 2 people, right? I transferred. I had transferred the end of my junior year. I did it the right way. I went down there to the school district, and the district transferred, did the paperwork. I was enrolled in Mac.
Why did you transfer? What was the why?
The why. I was in my feelings, very in my feelings, being very immature. I thought I was, I wasn't getting a fair shake or whatever. But that comes with, not communicating with your coach, not talking to your teammates like you should. And I thought I wasn't valued. And I was about to make the biggest mistake of my life. I didn't realize I was transferred because I was still playing with Tech the whole summer. So in my mind, I'm like, yeah, we about to do this. Like I totally forgot. And the only thing that remind me I was transferred, I was at orientation. We come to orientation, we giggle, goof around all day. I was like, hey, get my classes out. You ain't got no classes? I can't find your name. And at that time, there wasn't no computer. It was all, paper. Mm-hmm. My name was on the list. And I'm sitting there, I'm sweating. I'm like, ooh, they don't know. I transferred. I was enrolled in Mac. I was about to play for Coach Boo.
Hold on, let me back up. Let me before I touch on something, Ken might not know, because it might not happen at Oakland High like this, right? But summer orientation at Tech is a festival, Ken.
Oh yeah, that's every school.
No.
But it's different levels though. It's levels too. It's levels too.
There's levels,
levels too.
This is coming, and
I get it.
This is like pick and pull right here.
Yeah. Festival at the lake.
Listen, and Ken, this is double days for the football team.
Oh,
right.
Up there the whole time, right?
You got your shirt off.
We get to see it firsthand, and we get a break, and it's like, hey, you know what? I'm about to walk over there in my football stuff and this, and I'm in 10th. The first time it happened, I was in 10th grade going to the 11th. I'm like, yo, these is some bad freshmen coming to pick up their classes. Hey, man.
Listen, so when I got to Tech my freshman year, me and Mondo, so they thought me and Mondo was brothers, right? And that's like my brother anyway. So when they thought that, we looked at each other like, we ran with it. We ran with it. We rolled with it. So they thought, we didn't even think we was freshmen at the time. So we was there, and listen, my freshman year when we seen grown women, that was grown women. Some grown women, because we was like, no wonder people transfer out of here. It's too much. It is too much. It's like we got off-campus lunch. We can go across the street and eat. We can hang out on this beautiful lawn with the sun out. It's too much. It's too much freedom.
Yeah, I went to Tech one time on like a lunch break or something, or a minimum day or some shit. I was like, I couldn't.
Yeah, everybody came up to Tech on a minimum day or a lunch break.
When
we went, where we went on our minimum day at lunch? Our minimum days?
Berkeley High.
Holy names.
Okay, let me ask you a question. While we having a gentleman discussion, where do we rank? Where do we rank Skyline, Tech, Berkeley High, Holy Names, and Deer Valley?
I'm biased though. If we talk, listen to me. If we're talking Deuce freshman year, that's my extra senior year. So that's my 99 year, right?
Year
so that's my 99 year, right? And I gotta say, if we're talking that year, when he first got there, what he saw, that 99 year, probably they probably ranked number one, Ken.
Tech
99.
I got dumped by a senior that year.
See,
on my way to Spanish class.
We're not gonna ask her. We're not putting the names have changed to protect the innocent.
Yeah. Might be somebody's wife.
Hey, but if we talking that year, I'm going with my alma mater, right? But if we talking overall, and I had to rank it, I would go Skyline first.
Skyline.
I would go Berkeley High second.
Okay, I'm with you.
I would go Tech third. This overall, right? This is not like the SEC where you got top at the no. This overall, right? I'm going Tech third. I'm going Holy Names fourth, and then Deer Valley, and mainly because Deer Valley was new to us when we was in high school. They was a new school.
Yeah, it was a new school.
New school and stuff like that. So outside of starting a football program in them years, I didn't really see too much of them, right?
Right.
Them schools that I did see it, and the reason I'm going Holy Name so last is because it's nothing but girls there. You ain't got no choice, right? Yeah. Nothing but, right?
Holy Names back then, and then Deer Valley, that was new, so I didn't really understand until college. You'd be like, "What school you at, Deer Valley?" I'm like, "Oh shit, Deer Valley."
Yeah, right. But that's because you went to DVC, so you were seeing more of them as well, man. Yeah. But definitely that. So I had to let Ken know what orientation was like back then.
Yeah, orientation was
like that alone for me. Seeing I didn't have no classes with a rent, I would have jogged back to Mac that day.
No.
Wait, McGavick didn't know or nothing?
Didn't nobody know. I really didn't.
Did Boozy know?
Yeah, Booz knew. Booz knew. He knew. I transferred like I did it. I tell you, I did it the right way. End of my junior year, I did it. I'm gone.
Lo, is that the best kept secret that we've ever?
It is, because you got to think. I'm surprised did Kellogg know, because he didn't bring that up, right?
Kellogg didn't know either.
Never heard that until last night.
The other best kept secret is Kellogg was being at Tech too. That's one of the secrets I didn't know about. Like Kellogg,
but that was before Kellogg High School. This is Deuce's going into his senior year.
Yeah,
Listen, I was about to make the biggest mistake of my life.
Who was that? Who else was at Mac at this time? If you would have stayed,
Tyrone Henderson, CJ and them was gone, so I don't really know who.
You got Kellogg.
Was Big Hen there? Big Hen left already.
Big Hen was left. He left.
Oh yeah, too. You was about to be. We
was about to play hard.
You was gonna be the man, though. I could see.
No, Ken, that wasn't the mistake, though. The mistake would have been,
going to Mac.
They would have hated Deuce and
hated my
history.
Oh, you can't
listen.
Put North Oakland.
Soon as you come back into that, in that gym that day, that's when you gonna have teachers there.
Yeah.
You gonna have teachers that ain't never came to a game. They gonna be there. They gonna be talking about you.
You would have. The only other secret that can compete with that, Ken, if the whole summer of my senior year, I practiced with Skyline.
Oh,
Me and Pete Ego. Me and Pizzo, me and Lawrence Parks practiced with Skyline.
Oh, you and Pizzo
Throw
did?
Lawrence in there. He didn't ask for
Listen to
that.
me. We were both at Skyline the whole summer. Eugene Jones can attest to this. And it's squad,
Wow.
Ken. I'm talking about Ryan Fernandez on one side, Lorenzo Parham on the other side. And this is the team that went undefeated. This is the team that went undefeated, that Skyline team. I'm in there, and I'm practicing every day in the summer. Beam got me on kickoff return, and I'm learning all the plays. And my homeboy called me and was like, bro, you really gonna do us like that? And I was kind of like, wait, I had a girlfriend at Skyline. I'm already in the district. I'm
Oh,
in the
you was
district
in there.
already. I'm in the district because
Yeah,
I'm like
in the
my
30s,
brother and
yeah.
my cousin and my sister was up there, right? I'm in the district. All I
Yeah.
gotta do is just change schools, right? I don't got to change
Right.
addresses or nothing. And my homeboy called me and said, bro, you out on us like that? And I sat at home that day, and right before I got up to Skyline, I'm like, bro, man, I can't do Coach Edwards like that. I can't
Yep.
do Coach Edwards like
And
that.
that's the thing I was thinking about, man. That's the thing I was thinking. I like these dudes. I've been with these dudes since elementary.
Yeah.
I've been around these dudes in elementary. I've known these dudes all my life. These coaches open their arms up to me with open arms. I said, you know what? I'm not gonna bail on. I can't bail on them. I gotta stick this out. I gotta stick this one out. I gotta whatever I gotta do for this team. Put my ego to the side and just play hard. And that's what I did, man. And one of the best decisions I made was running down there to Mac that afternoon and running my ass back to Tech. I was like, I am at home.
We would have got jumped, Deuce. We would have got jumped.
Yeah.
Just because Tech is real, like they really care about that type of stuff.
Listen.
You a traitor. We would have got jumped because we were too deep into it, right?
Too
like
deep.
we was there. Y'all just won a championship.
Just one shit. Like, why are
and
you
then you
leaving?
cut.
What's wrong with you? I'm about
Right.
to leave. I'm about to leave. And they was like, and I held that secret in for the longest. Nobody really know. Coach Mack was like, man, what was you thinking? I said, Coach Mack, I really wasn't.
Ego,
right?
Ego
having
is
a little temper tantrum that I was having. I'm feeling myself. I think I should be doing this or that. No, learn your role, accept your role, and produce from your role. And that's what I did.
Hey,
in the story.
But Deuce, we talked about on here our second episode with Marshawn how in the OEL back when he was in school, the recruiting wasn't as heavy as it was with the people in your class. Allende's, Paul's, Mondo going to Miami and shit like that, right? So therefore, we what was it like when they first started coming on campus and looking at you guys?
Listen. So Mondo and Leon went to ABCD camp, going as my senior year, Leon was highly ranked. He was like number 2 in the country. So they was at ABCD camp. They are making noise. You hear their name is Leon name has already been ringing. But when Mondo get there, it just went to another level. He's tearing Sean Dockery ass up that went to Duke. He's tearing him alive. Sean Dockery is All-American. Like he tore him up in front of every head coach in America. So they on the phone, they called me back, they telling me what's going on. They was like, man, get ready, because all these coaches coming. I said, all right, bring them back to the school. So soon we start playing. Leon, Leon's with the Soldiers or whatever. At that time, they was with Adidas. So our junior and senior year, because we were winning, we getting all this Adidas stuff, getting all this Adidas gear. And so in senior year, we get to go to Florida. We playing in front of the head coaches. We played in front of Rick Pitino, head coach. He's sitting on the sideline. So I'm like, wow. I had one of my best games and best dunks in front of Rick Pitino at 8 in the morning. Damn. Q threw an out-of-bounds live pass, a baseline live pass to me, and I sat on somebody's head in Florida. So seeing that, and then seeing them at the gym when we getting ready to play, getting ready to, get in our season, the open recruitment, seeing the head coaches, not no assistant coach, I'm talking about the head coaches at the time, was something I would never forget, because a lot of people could say, "Oh, I was getting recruited by such and such, such and such." They was writing me. They was calling me. I actually saw these coaches come and see these guys play, the head coaches, interact with them. I tell you a funny story. Mondo, everybody know Mondo. Mondo will do Mondo. So he's shooting dice in the back of the boys' gym. Guess who's looking for him? I'm going to, try the head coach from Georgetown. I'm like, what?
Hold on,
you
was it
seen
Thompson?
Mondo?
Was it Thompson?
No, it wasn't Thompson. It wasn't Thompson.
Oh, I'm about to say.
I'd probably had a heart attack. That was him. But it wasn't him. So I'm searching all over the school. I'm acting like, oh, he might be such and such. He might be here. I'm lying. I know exactly where he at. But I can't let because they're following me. I said, I don't want to have them walk me back here and he on his knees, counting money or calling out points. You know what I mean? So I said, wait right here. I know exactly where he at. Go to the back. I said, dude, the head coach from Georgetown is looking for you. He like, for real? Where he at? All right. He had just got off dice. He had just got off dice and just hit. So he was feeling cool. If he was getting hit, I guarantee that coach wouldn't have seen him. I guarantee you.
Tell him hold up.
Yeah, tell him hold on. Tell him I'm in the bathroom or something. But Mondo, yeah, the head coach was really coming to North Carolina. Doherty at the time, he was there. He came to our gym right before we went to state. He was watching. He shot in the gym with Leon. Patino came to see Leon. Gary Williams from Maryland. Roy Williams from Kansas at the time. Like when they say they was getting recruited, I know because the coaches was coming. They was there. Now all these other guys say they getting this and getting that, and they say they getting letters. I'm saying, listen, I'm gonna tell you, like Coach Zoe told a lot of us a long time ago, whether you play football or not, they ain't nothing but fan mail. Man. Every kid get that.
Especially when they say dear student athlete.
Dear student athlete, it's not when you get the handwritten letters, handwritten notes with the ink is still kind of fresh from the head coach. Then you start talking to him.
Hey, but how much of that was spilling over to your recruiting?
That was when they started coming to see me play. They was asking about it. They started asking about me more and more. It was just grades, transcripts was messed up. It was terrible at the time, because at the time, I needed like a 10-10 on the SAT. No way in the world I was gonna get that 10-10. Listen, I wasn't gonna get that 10-10. No way possible. Only way, both of y'all know, only way I was gonna get that if I was gonna do it, a little dibbling dabbling, doing something. I wasn't, or having somebody else take the test for me.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I would have needed like a 1500 SAT the way my grade was looking like.
So I was like,
perfect.
It ain't nobody but my fault. It ain't nobody's fault but my own. I knew what I was doing. I was just trying to, stay eligible. Tech was just different world, dude. I couldn't understand like the type of freedom I had at school. Like we had campus safety officer Ross, like, go to class. All right, that's it. It's like it was just different. And when I started seeing them coaches coming to the gym, I started taking it real serious. I was like, this is real. This is legit, huh? This is serious. So I started working out more. Got with a trainer, Eggleton. Started lifting with him. That's where I got my athletic hops from him. Start working out with him, and then it really I just started taking it real serious. When my grades started going up, but by that time it was too late for a D1 scholarship. But when I went to Fort Myers, Florida, I got introduced to two coaches from Texas, from Region 14, which is like one of the hardest conferences in the country for junior college basketball. They produce a lot of pro athletes, a lot of D1 athletes. And it was just, I got introduced to them. I could have went to Paris Junior College in Paris, Texas, or Tyler. I went on recruit trips to both of them, right? And the only reason why I didn't go to junior college out here in California, I couldn't afford it. It's too expensive. They didn't offer no money. There wasn't no money offered. California don't offer scholarships. Anything outside of California, scholarship. So it was a no-brainer for me. It was difficult, but it was a no-brainer. So I went on those 2 recruiting trips. I was looking at pairs. I was like, I'm coming from Tech. Nah, this ain't gonna work. It's the middle of nowhere. One lap around Lake Mary, that's the whole town.
Yeah,
just not gonna work.
Yeah.
Just not gonna work.
Lincoln
So
Part 2.
Yeah, basically.
Big. I'm in my room. Big roach crawls down the wall. This ain't gonna work. I get introduced to the players, and I don't know if you guys remember the Baylor player that killed his teammate that one year in basketball.
Not Brian Dennehy, but the other one, the one that did it. Killed Brian Dennehy, but
he was on my recruiting trip. He was one of the guys that was already on the team. So I was interacting with dude. He was on. I met him, shook his hand, like that was him. So I was like, this is not gonna work.
Oh, wait, you met him after the killing, or
no?
Before.
He
went to jail for that, kid.
So
Right.
And they was smoking weed in the dorms. I'm like, yeah, I'm out. It's not gonna work. So I went to my coach, the junior college coach at Tyler. He said, I'll tell you what, you come here, I'm not gonna sell. I don't need to sell the campus. The campus gonna sell itself. You're gonna make your decision as soon as you walk on campus. And that's exactly what happened. I went to Tyler, Texas, the little town, City of Roses. They had a mall. They had eating spots. It was bigger, a little bit bigger, not too big. It was cool. I'm looking around like, okay, it's nice. Campus is beautiful. Got eating spots on campus, off campus. You got good eating spots. I'm like, this is where I'm coming. And he sold me on that, and that was it. I went from, he's like, listen, before you leave here, you'll be a guard. You'll be a big guard. I'm gonna have you playing point. I'm like, what? Whatever. So I was the only person he recruited this side of the Mississippi.
Wow.
Nobody else from the West Coast, any part of this Mississippi was recruited to Tyler Junior College until me.
It does take a different type of person to go from the West Coast, especially something like Tech or the Bay Area, and then go to Texas or the South. Something.
I got introduced to. Everybody from Chicago on over was on my team. I had an overseas guy, Droslin. He came over there, but everybody from Texas, Arkansas, DC, Delaware, Chicago. And I was the only California kid. Hey. And then what happened was I opened a pipeline, and my coach is still there. Matter of fact, he's still coaching at the same school. So what happened was, okay, I had a decent good year my first year. Coach already knew about Theo. You think Theo would like to come out here? Because he wasn't getting no recruiting. Mind you, Theo had grades, SAT court. He was already clearinghouse eligible. So I was like, dude, I can get him out here. And I tried to get one more person out there with me. But before that, on my recruiting trip, Chris Green came out there on the trip too.
From Castle.
He was out there too. So he didn't offer Chris Green. He brought him out there to see if that's something he wanted to do, because he didn't know Chris. He didn't have established that relationship with me, with Chris like he did with me, because our relationship was established way in December, right? He brought Chris out because he seen him play in Easter tournament, Bushra Easter tournament. So Chris didn't wind up going, but that next year I tried to get Theo and Mike Scott.
Mike Scott.
I tried to get Mike Scott, man. Where
was Mike at? Skyline?
Yeah, I tried to get Mike Scott. And the reason why, because I know Mike Scott. Mike Scott he's that guy. He messed around, didn't want to do it, and he went to Odessa anyway. He was in West Texas. He could have been over, and we met him in the junior college jamboree in Dallas. Beat the brakes off of him.
Damn, Mike.
Beat him bad. We beat them bad. And he was like, I said, Mike, I told you, this is where you wanted to be over here. You should have been over here. He said, I know. He was still trying to get over there. I'm like, man, it's too late now.
Late now.
We rolling. We rocking and rolling now. So, yeah, that's what happened. Wound up at Tyler Junior College, one of the best decisions at Tyler Junior College. And this how good it was. This is true statement. If Tyler Junior College was a Division I school, I would have stayed. I would have stayed. The competition was there. The coaching staff was there. Everything I need was right there at that school. Everything.
That's how I feel about DVC.
You would have stayed?
They wanted me.
Oh, brother, hell yeah.
Millio wanted me bad at DVC.
You would have fit in good with Emilio.
Oh, Millio
he's a hard-nosed, gritty.
Yeah, he's a hard-nosed, but he wanted me bad.
Hey, let me back up. I want Mondo to tell his story as well, man. But I want you to speak about like Mondo making that decision to go to Miami, like being there from Oakland Tech, going to Miami. Like, dude, like this is me. This is me. Because you going to Miami at the height of Miami football career, like they is killing everybody going to the league. And you going to Miami, and I'm thinking like when he signed to Miami, I'm like, one, it ain't a basketball school, but like right. It's Miami.
It's like a question mark. Like why?
We getting in trouble, Ken? We getting in trouble if we go to play for University of Miami. We be failing out.
Easy.
So when he chose that, it was a head scratcher. Everybody was like, "What are you doing?" Like he had some legit stuff on the table. Georgetown, Gonzaga. He had some nice schools. He had some nice schools, and didn't nobody understand. I think he had Rutgers or something like that too. He had some schools on him, because from ABCD, and we didn't know. But
he took a recruiting trip out there. He took a recruiting trip out there.
Yes.
He got the Jesus Shuttlesworth.
So
he got the Jesus Shuttlesworth.
So the original plan for Mondo was he was going to Fresno State. He was Fresno State.
Fresno.
He got the real Jesus Shuttlesworth treatment in Fresno State. His cousin go there. His cousin been established already there. It ain't too far from Oakland, but it's just enough. You got LA people coming in from there. Mm-hmm. So he got the real dose of a college recruiting trip in Fresno. So he was locked in. He was worried to play for Tark. So everybody knew he was going to Tark. But when Tark retired or whatever, resigned, whatever, he was like, I'm out. Going somewhere else. So Miami came, Georgetown came. They was all knocking like, what you about to do? I'm like, dude, what you gonna do? And he was like, I'm going to Miami. He came back from Miami. He's like, going to Miami.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what Kurt Johnson. Remember Kurt Johnson said?
I said, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I said, yeah, you got good. I said, you had a good trip, huh? He's like, yeah.
Who was his cousin that was at Fresno?
Darnell Hammett.
Poke Smoke, right? See, my pastor, shout out to Smoke. He talks, shout out to Pastor Smoke, man. He talk about the overflow, right? Can you imagine what the overflow was when you bring Mondo into the school? Like if you get him here,
and your cousin is a star track athlete. Oh, that's your cousin? Okay, listen. This is what we need you to do.
If you get him here,
get him here. So he was locked in to go there, but Miami was, I guess it was a great trip.
Great trip.
I've been to Miami a few times.
Yeah, Miami is one of my favorite places to go to, Ken. But not that's me as an old person going to spend my money.
Yeah, not
them spending money.
18-year-old
plane. And they say these are the Hurricanettes, and they're gonna show you
what? Come on, man.
These are your hosts. These are your hosts on your trip for the next 48 hours. These are your hosts right here.
Hey, we got to get Mondo on, Ken. We need Mondo on. We got to get Mondo on, man. Hey, but so when you
they could have been last place in the Big East, I would have went.
Yeah, I think
they were.
They were.
Yeah.
Hey, when you chose and you left Texas Texas and got to Washington, like what was the different scenery? Because now you bouncing around. You did Tech,
Yeah.
2 years in Texas. Now you in Washington. How was that when you first got out there?
When I went on my recruiting trip in Eastern Washington, it was very different. I went out there when it was cold, snow was still on the ground. So I was like, ooh, but they treated me first class, you know, driving me around in the yellow Hummer with the heated seats, and that's what they do to you. They show you the good life. But when I made that decision to come there, the Hummer was gone. They picking me up in this old 15-passenger van.
The Eaglet is gone.
Eaglet is gone. So the snow is like really is coming down harder now. I'm like, it's below 15. I'm like, oh.
What city is it in?
Hey.
Cheney. It's right outside of Spokane.
Oh, Spokane. That's out by UW. I mean, by Washington State. That's by Washington State.
Washington State, Gonzaga, all that.
Yeah,
Idaho State.
Yeah, really close to Idaho.
Yeah, we have.
Because you fly into Spokane to get to Idaho, I think.
Yeah, you got to fly in. So we have a great time when we go down to Washington State for Mom's Weekend. That's what they call it, Mom's Weekend. Go down to Washington State, and it's I don't know why, but that's the time they have the most party, the most fun. It's most everything, because the moms it's only moms coming on the weekend.
That sounds very suspect.
What do you mean, moms? Like
the
players' moms,
the students' mothers,
the student moms,
the students' mothers.
That don't sound like fun.
That's the same
Deuce.
Weekend as homecoming.
that don't sound like fun, Deuce.
Yes, it actually
You lying?
is.
No way.
I promise you.
Hey.
Mom's Weekend is the most cracking. That's the most time. That's the best time I had in Pullman, in Idaho, University of Idaho.
Wow.
In Idaho. That's the most time they have the most issues is during Mom's Weekend. Because the moms are there without they're there without husbands, baby daddies, fathers, whatever. They're there just with their kids.
Who fucking kids? If these are mothers, I'm cool, man. Keep me in the dorms this weekend. Y'all go have some fun, man.
Oh,
I went to Pullman.
I'm like 19, 20 years old. I'm going to Mom's Weekend.
Pullman and Spokane got casinos. I'm going to the casino, man. They got nice casinos.
Take me to Mom's Weekend.
Oh,
that was it for us. Like that was the best thing we had for us going out there. But it was very a culture shock. You talking about going into class and you're the only black head in there. You know what I mean? Very culture. I'm not used to that. At least when I was at Texas, it had some white people in there, but white students in there. But I have some other black students in there as well. Only class that had basically all black people was African American Studies. And that's the whole athletic department. So everybody in there. I mean, that was the easiest A in life. Like besides PE, like there you go. Teacher can't keep an eye on 200 people, 300 people in one class. So
nor do they give a shit.
We should have asked our guy Levy about that too. We didn't ask our guy Levy about that.
Yeah, shout out to Levy, man, my alumni, man.
Yeah, Levy went to Eastern Washington too, and
he went there. He went there before me. Him and Jamal Jones went there. Jamal Jones went to El Cerrito. Actually he's still in Washington. Matter of fact, he made a living out there. He's still out there.
He loves it.
He loves it.
Mom's Weekend was just that good to Jamal, man. He loves Mom's
He loves
Weekend.
it. He hasn't came back to Richmond. He said, "Nah, I'm not coming back."
Oh yeah, I can understand that. Hey,
Yeah,
I think
he's been out there for months.
I think me and Ken is the only person that went to a college without taking a recruiting trip there.
Gotta get them to spend no money.
I just needed to get out of Oakland, dog.
Man, me and Ken
taking
taking
a
a
Oakland, buy my ticket, and I don't care what it's like.
That's when I start seeing those coaches coming in there, I was like, I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to go. These coaches are come flying in to get us out of here. I'm like, it's time to go. It's like these local schools is not talk. The local D1s ain't like, if you go here, we'll bring you here. They didn't say that after 2 years, we'll bring you here. They didn't even care.
Right.
It was out of state schools that was like, listen, we got a pipeline of such and such. We'll get you whatever school you X, Y, and Z after that. And, They didn't. The local schools didn't start paying attention to me until my sophomore year, when I was making a little noise in Region 14, which is pretty hard to do. I was top 10 in score, top 10 in steals in the country at the time. There was one other guy in Illinois. He's like #1, and he's getting like 6 or 7 steals in a game. I'm like, dude, who is y'all playing? What are you doing?
Pressing or something.
They pressing or something, because and they just throwing the ball around play, because my steals came from really on ball or, passing lanes type stuff. So I had a knack for, when I played defense on ball, it was weird because I could block all sound out and I could hear the ball. Basketball is a rhythm. So you have to play with a rhythm with the ball. So only thing in my mind was focused on was his waist and the ball. I hear the ball. So I know if he's trying to set up a play, he's not about to do all this with it. He's trying to set it up. So I hear it, jab at it. He don't move, or he'll flinch or flinch the ball. I jab at it again. I'm tapping the ball. It's gonna hit off your knee or your foot. It's gonna be a deflection. So that was my knack. That was my thing. I was like, defensive minded so much that I was just so zoned. I was so tuned in defense. It was just ridiculous, because we had a guy from Chicago, Darius Glover. His high school team was pretty good. They beat Andre Iguodala high school team in the state championship in Illinois.
Okay.
So he was like a 3-4 guy, big husky guy. He had a cold in and out crossover, and I would sit there and I would guard that after practice. I would guard that on purpose, because I know if I can guard this, because he's getting everybody with this. It's hard to guard. If I can guard that, I can guard anybody in this conference. So, in Region 14 was no joke.
Hey,
no joke.
When you got to Eastern Washington, what position they had you playing? You didn't play all these positions. What position you played at EW?
Eastern Washington, I was a two guard. Two guard when I came in, because they had a freshman coming in. Well, they was already established at the point guard position with Danny Parasol. That's my guy. He was already established there. But then when I came in, they brought in another kid, James Lowe. He was like from Oregon or something. He was a point guard, little guy. But he was good. He was pretty good. When you guys ran up against Deshaun them at Sac State, how was that?
My junior year, they were loaded.
They were loaded? They were loaded. Listen, like you said, it's not the X's and O's, because that coaches didn't know his X's and O's, and he sure didn't know his Joes, because they should have ran the Big Sky with that team. They should have ran that team. They were loaded.
Was Pugh on that?
Yes.
Pugh was on that team?
Yeah, they were loaded.
Okay.
They were loaded. That senior year, they were loaded. There's no way in the world they should have finished like they did, but like you said, coach didn't know what he was really doing with that team. Then I had a guy on my team, Mark Axton. Shout out to Mark. He was great. He was dope shooter, good shooter. He's from Tacoma. Then my senior year, this kid walks in. They say, "We got Rodney Stuckey." I said, "Who?" I say, "Rodney Stuckey. He's from near Seattle area, Savannah, whatever. He's from Kent. I'm sorry. He's from Kent." He'll get mad at me for that. He's from Kent, Washington. And I wasn't thinking nothing of it. It's Rodney Stuckey. Whatever. I seen him. The only thing I could think of was Dwayne Wade. Like, this dude he played the game the right way. Both ends of the court. It wasn't nothing on the court he couldn't do. Nothing. That's why he only did 2 years. It wasn't nothing on court. His freshman year, he pulled off 37 in the conference game, 30-something in the conference first game, and like 10 assists or something like that. 30-something. It was legit 30 plus ball. Easy.
No disrespect, but how did he end up at Eastern Washington?
Well, he was originally supposed to go to Oregon State.
Okay.
And we all had this thing with grades, and
that makes sense.
Yeah. He had the prop.
He was first. Did he go first round?
Yeah, he went. He was the top 15 pick. Top 15 pick.
Yeah, you know how them grades be though, Ken. It's like, okay, well, they can't get you in here, but we can get you in here.
We can get you in here with this, and you could do 2 years.
2 years and get up out
Come
of
on.
here.
Yeah. You don't need
So
the
they-
SAT.
Yeah, so they told him, there was no need for you to come back to do a third year because you're going to do the same thing. So it was a no-brainer for him to enter the draft. So shout out to him. Me and him, that's my guy. Like, listen, when you guys know you guys had that one guy in college at that D1 level that you always would kick it with and talk. He was definitely top tier, one of them for sure. For sure. So he was a good guy. Good guy. Good guy.
Hey, it wouldn't be right if I didn't put you on the spot, Deuce, before we get out of here with a couple of start bench cuts.
We got
I'm
some
gonna give
good
you-
ones too.
It's easy for me.
No,
It's
it
easy for me.
ain't.
Go
No,
ahead.
it
Yes, it
ain't.
is. Go
All right,
ahead.
well,
Go ahead.
well, answer
Go ahead.
this. Start bench cut. The first one. I'm gonna go point guards. Point guards you either played with or played against. Deshaun Freeman,
Mm-hmm.
Marmondo Surratt.
Mm-hmm.
And who was the third one? Was it Kenneth Payton, Ken?
Yeah, Keena Payton.
Kenneth Payton.
Start Mondo, bench Deshaun, cut Keenan.
Oh, that was really easy. That was
I
easy,
guess so.
right?
You know why it's easy for me? I don't know. It's just me. I can't not start nobody that I went to war with. Because I know I'm gonna look to my right, and I know ain't gonna be no slacking over there. With these other dudes,
Okay.
I ain't never been in a war
Hey,
with.
Okay, go.
We just going by talent wise.
I was like that with Mikey. I believe I was like that
so
with Mikey.
Here we go. Allende,
Mm-hmm.
Tim Pierce,
Mm.
Antonio Kellogg.
Ooh. Now you getting to somewhere. Start Allende. I have a bench killer. I got to cut Tim. It's too much.
Tim gonna be pissed.
He's not gonna be pissed because it's too much. You can't go wrong with that. You can either, but you got to start Allende.
Okay. If you ever play pickup with Tim now, after he hears this, he's going to.
I'm retired.
He's going
to try to counter university.
Yeah, definitely. I know. He always Tim like Tim is the ultimate competitor. He's always gonna come back. But it's a few guys that I went against in high school when I was underclassmen that they just one guy in particular, David Bell. Like,
damn, he seemed like I thought he was way older.
Listen, there's nothing I could have done that day. I did everything possible. I stepped on his shoe. I pulled his jersey. He touched the ball. As soon as he touched the ball, it went up in the air. Yeah. And that was it. Yeah. And he was playing with Capers. And you guys know if you've seen Capers coach, that was it. That's all he needed. Capers is going to yell the whole game. It ain't no me yelling. It's just him yelling and just because. And David Bell tore me alive. Like,
that's respectable, though. That's respectable.
Hey,
I think he gave me an easy 30 piece.
The last question, Deuce. We go pick our all-time Oakland Tech team. You go pick 5 guys. I'm gonna pick 5 guys. Mm-hmm. You get the first pick. I pick second.
Okay.
Who's your first pick?
First pick.
Hold on. We going eligible or ineligible? Who was your first pick?
Or Keith.
You go Keith. I go Leon.
Okay. Paul
who?
Marigney.
He didn't go to Tech.
Oh, he go to Tech. Go to Tech.
We saying only Tech.
I got Mondo.
You went Mondo. I take Q.
You got Q. Who else?
Ken, you remember these names, Ken?
I'm gonna run it back.
Okay.
Hold on. Who I got so far? I got Keith, Mondo.
You got Keith, Mondo. I got Leon and Q. You can pick yourself.
I'm definitely going myself. That's third.
Okay, so you got Deuce. I'm going to pick Shay. I got Shay.
I got Mike Gates.
You got Mike Gates. I got Daryl Payne.
You got Daryl Payne?
Yeah.
I take Xavier.
You going Xavier? Let me see. I got a guard. I need I got Terrell Payne. You going? I take Trev. I'm taking Trevor Thomas.
Ooh.
I'm taking
I
Trevor
take
Thomas.
Jesse. I take Jesse.
We got 5. We got 5 already.
Oh, man.
And if you take Jesse, if you take a 6 man, you take Jesse as your 6 man. I give you Jesse as your 6 man, right?
Jesse as my 6 man.
I give you
man.
Jesse as your 6 man, and I'm gonna take Donald Myers as my 6 man, right? I'm gonna take D Myers as my 6 man.
Well,
right?
You got some shooters. You trying to have some shooters.
So Ken,
You trying to have a shootout.
I'm gonna run your team by. I'm gonna run his team by him, Ken. Who you tell me who you think win? So he got Keith.
Whoever got Leon Poe.
I won. I won, Ken. I won, right? Hey,
you had
but
Q2, right?
Huh?
You had Q2, right?
I got
Q and Leon.
I got
that's
Q,
all you need.
Leon, Shay, Daryl Payne, and Trevor Thomas.
I don't give a shit. Whoever got Leon.
Yeah, whoever got Leon.
But no, that could be debatable though, Ken. When you look at Deuce's team, right? The thing becomes, I don't got a person on my team I think can guard Keith.
Yeah, he don't have nobody that can guard Leon.
Leon.
Did you hear what he said earlier? 3 people came down.
3 to 4.
Hey,
3 to 4.
At the
like
same
easy.
time, is they can't even double down low on him because of the shooters. Nah, Daryl Payne, the only shooter I really got.
Yeah, Donald
can
he's like
shoot.
a
Don can shoot.
He can shoot, but he's a facilitator.
Q.
Yeah.
Play?
He go
Yeah,
him.
but
Q
Q
and
out-
Donald like Tim's
they-
like still similar.
They the
They
same.
pretty similar.
They the
Yeah.
same.
They
So where
go get crafty and get to the bucket, but he only got one shooter.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Hey, nah, you only got one too.
Exactly. You got
Hey.
Daryl Payne.
Hey, that's
I
why
got
hey,
Keith.
my daddy say that's why they play the games.
Hey,
So let's set it up.
We're going to have to post this and let the Oakland Tech people decide. Let the fans decide who wins this, Ken.
All
And
right.
I got Jesse breaking. I got Jesse coming off the bench. You know.
I got Donald Myers coming off the bench.
I think the funniest thing are going to be the guys that didn't get picked. They
Who didn't get picked?
Who get picked?
A bunch of guys that didn't get picked that is gonna feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
I mean, but they
Solomon,
older guys,
Big Solomon.
though.
I know Big
That's
Solomon
older,
gonna be
though.
mad.
Like
That's
you know,
older, man.
Solomon,
I would have went.
Carrega.
If I had a choice, if I was going, if you got Leon, I had a choice against. I would have got Solomon in the garden.
Yeah, no, we want to talk
That
about
was easy.
Solomon and
Yeah, nah.
Oh, okay. Well, you said all
Solomon-
time.
Solomon broke our court when he came back up here and,
So I'm gonna
and
fix
came
the
to
all time, and the all time go from when we were in high school.
Yeah,
We was older, like,
all our time.
yeah,
All
yeah,
our
yeah.
time,
Our
yeah, yeah.
all time, right?
Yeah.
You know, and it's some dudes, Ken. I ain't gonna lie, it's some dudes that like when he picked Mike Gates and shit that transferred out, but it's some dudes that never played a down at Tech.
Oh, of course.
Never played, not a down. They never played a quarter of basketball at Tech.
Like Leon,
This
like he
dude-
didn't play. Like I played in like adult leagues with Leon. We got a chemistry like it's just crazy. We go on the court right now. We know what we gonna do. We know where we're gonna be at. And that dude right there, he's talented. He's good too.
Man, these dudes are literally could play at gym time all day long and was really good. These dudes never had grades. So we could have went into the back. They had some dudes that were jumping out the gym, Ken. Like they could have did a slam dunk contest outside. Had a dude named Larry, dark skinned Larry. He had hops. He had hops. But then Bo, Adriel brother Bo. Man, Bo was sick, Ken. Like Bo was the first person that Sham got me. Because I'm hella aggressive on defense and I'm hella fast. And he put the ball out there and I go get it. And he pulled that shit back and Sam got me. And him and Jesse bust out laughing, right? This let me know that, hey, in North Oakland, y'all play a lot of basketball at Bush Ride. Y'all practice moves. Y'all had to do.
Because at the old Bush Ride, as soon as you walk in, you're in the gym. You know, all the rec stuff, all the pool table and stuff, that was, you got to walk across walk across the gym to get to that in those little rooms. So that's all you knew was the gym. And we had a little small weight room, but all you knew was walk in is the gym.
Hey, my last question before I let you get out of here, man. Why do you think the guys from North Oakland that went to Emory High School didn't come to Tech? Because I'm thinking guys like Mondo Cole, like Mondo on that Tech team go crazy. Mondo was a superior athlete. Like
he's a
literally
superior athlete,
football
like football
and basketball.
He could have played all of them.
He could play all of it. Then you got Mackey, right? Mackey,
Mm-hmm.
them dudes are real athletes that could have like, why the hell y'all didn't come to Tech? Like y'all in North Oakland. What made you
could
go
you
to
imagine-
Emory?
Hold on. Could you imagine if Darnell Robinson went to Tech?
Darnell Robinson, right? Robert Hubbard, right? Did
Mm.
Hubbard go to
But
Emory?
Hub was
again?
a West Oakland kid though.
Oh,
West
okay.
Oakland. But I think it'd be the parents.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, but
I mean, it's you know what? Like I said, it's the freedom at Tech. It's like
Everybody
it's too
can't handle
much.
that. Yeah.
Everybody can't handle that, Lo. You
but
know
everybody wasn't handling it at Emory. Look at Armando.
that,
Yeah.
right?
Mondo,
We barely handled it. You know what I mean?
I didn't handle it at dude. I didn't handle it at all, dude. I'm not even gonna say
Listen,
I barely. Like literally,
Like
it changed.
I
my
know for
life.
sure. Like
It
for
changed
sure,
my life.
I barely have. Like by the skin of the chin. I graduated. Like it was too much.
Listen to me. You needed a 1.8 to graduate high school. I had a 1.83 with doing a second year full of IWE classes. Like literally, I
You
had
did
nothing
have
but
all right.
IWE classes, right? Hey, listen to me. And I tell parents all the time, I said, dude, Tech is a great school if you know your kid and they're focused, right? If your kid going to go to Tech and you get into them academy classes, you get into that right wing.
Yeah.
Ken, it's a right wing at Tech where
Yeah.
we didn't have classes at, right? We didn't have.
It's a third floor. It's a third floor. None of us had classes.
None of it. Hey, Ken, there's a biology academy, this and this. So people used to tell me all the time, dude. I didn't think we had white people at Tech because I didn't have them in my classes, right?
On the third floor.
They on the totally different wing, right?
On the third floor.
Dude. So if your kid is focused, Tech is an excellent school for you, especially if you have the program in place, right? So if we had the study halls, we had the workout time, it would have been a different ball game. You get some AP classes, you get some other classes, Tech is perfect. If you go into Tech with that freedom where I could walk, it's lunchtime, dude, I could walk left and end up on 45th and Telegraph, and I could find myself with something to do. I can go to, I could go right. I could catch the 57 bus and go to Oakland High and chill for a day. Like literally, it's too much. It's too open.
Much.
Like I could listen to me before Holy Name, before Tech took over the other campus. It was Far West. Far West was a school up there. Like we about to just go walk up. Let's walk up there. Let's go to Holy Names. Let's catch the 51 and go all the way to Berkeley High for the day. Right? It was too much in that off-campus shit. Like
freedom.
Off-campus was too much freedom, dude. Off-campus, right across the street. I remember seeing people that stayed across the street at Tech and never came to school, but they hung out across the street all day long, bro.
So we had a when we got serious, when our team got serious about it, we had a study hall. We finally got a study hall. So shout out to Mrs. Zuckerman for getting us in the books. Because our motto after our junior year was no books, no ball. That we wore on our practice room. No books, no ball. And that was the motto. So we was into that. And that helped us out a lot. And Mr. Zuckerman was there every night. He didn't miss a night at study hall. We all hated it, but it worked out. But Tech, like we needed that though. Because how many times we just leave, like we'll leave campus late, walk home real late. So we all live in the same neighborhood. We walk home together. And by the time we get home, it's 8 o'clock.
Listen to me. Ken,
We've been there since 8 o'clock.
And if I told you offline, Ken, I'm going to tell you our minimum day stories, right? So when you get out on the minimum days at 12:30 and you don't got to practice at 3:30, like I'm at
Listen, I got to tell y'all offline about Mondo. He almost cost us that St. That's why the St. Mary's game was so close.
Hey,
it was his fault.
Ken, I'm with them off conversations.
Yeah.
We gotta have those off.
That's Rec Center after hours. That's Rec Center after hours.
That's the
Rec Center group
hours,
chat,
right? We can't have those conversations, right?
Can't incriminate the people, man.
But one of the things is, man, Deuce, man. Y'all put it together. Y'all won the championships, man. All of that, man. And like I told them before, when one Tech team win, we all win, right? Because
absolutely.
It was hard winning the OAL them years, man. So it's like, dude, we got over the hump, right? You know, like I tell, like when Marshawn them beat Skyline, we all felt like we beat Skyline. We felt like that. We got the monkey off our back.
I was in school and they was talking about, man, Marshawn just went crazy. Like he just beat them by himself. I'm like, what are you talking about? Then when I come home, I really watched the game from start to finish. I'm like, how he really did that? I didn't understand how he did it. And then at the time, 2002, our girls basketball team, they went back to back. They won 2 state titles, and they just recently won it. Like they back on track.
They won it 2 times.
They back on track.
2 times
they
again.
Back on track.
Shout out to them.
And if the boys would have had a season this year, they would have ran the table again. They would have ran the OEL again.
Yeah,
they back on track too.
It's different now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, with the only
they trying to bring the culture back with the crowd a little bit, but they really can't do it.
The talent level is not across the board.
You know what? But shout out to the Rec Center, man, because we're trying to help the OAL get back to this OAL that we talk about.
Yeah, that we talk about.
That they understand. Like, hey, dude, this is the important league. Like, this is the important league. Like, we didn't need all these extra tournaments after the season because when you knew if you won OAL, like I'm going Division 1. I'm not you a Division 1 team. You just won the OAL.
I'm the talk of the town, literally. Like no doubt about it. Like everybody know who you are. You've been in the clipping paper. You've been in the paper. People been clipping it out and stuff like that. Remembering your face, remembering the team, and that's what I remember the most about our team. Like people still talk about our team to this day. And at the time, we didn't really think that. At the time, we didn't think nothing of it. We just hooping. We just hooping together like we've been doing. But when we look back on it now, it was like we really did do something special. We really did start something.
Would you rank y'all team? Would you rank y'all team as one of the top 5 OAL teams?
Yeah.
I'm talking about not going back into the 70s Castle Mods. We're talking about from the Fremont era up until now. Definitely. Like, would you rank y'all team in the top 5?
Yep.
Where would y'all rank y'all at? Would y'all be like 3rd, 4th?
You got those Fremont teams.
Fremont won it. You got the Fremont team that won
Fremont
it.
Got to be number 1 because they got it.
You got the MAC team that went undefeated. They won it too, didn't they, Ken?
Yeah, they went 40-0.
They number 1. That's number 1 there. You got to go because
they number 1, Fremont number 2, and we 3rd.
Tech got to be Ken. Where would you rank that Tech 3rd team?
And we would have. And I know it's been a debate about if our team would have beat the 32-0 team. Yes, we would have beat them.
You can't
There's not no. Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Hey, listen. Hey,
yes, I can.
Ken do not like them type of arguments because his Oakland High '96 team would have beat that 2000 team, and Ken don't like hearing them arguments, bro. He do not like hearing it.
You can't take nothing away from a champion.
You really can't. You really can't because we didn't touch that trophy a couple times, like but.
And that MAC team, when they got to state, they didn't beat no slouch of a team now.
Who did they beat?
They beat Dominguez with Jordan Hamilton.
Yeah, but that ain't the Dominguez with Tyson Chandler.
Okay, it wasn't
West. That ain't the Tyson Chandler Dominguez, Ken.
No, it wasn't West.
Okay. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Could that MAC team that went undefeated had a shot at beating the Westchester team that we played?
I mean, who knows? But I know.
No,
I know Will Cherry's.
Who knows?
I know Will Cherry. Will Cherry's in the league.
I love Will Cherry to death. That's my guy.
Yeah, but Hassan Adams was in the league.
Hassan, Bobby Brown,
Damon Powell in high school.
I just named 3 pros and an NBA champion.
Who?
Hassan Adams.
Oh,
Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown was a freshman. He didn't even get no playing time at the time. Trevor Ariza, NBA champion. You got Brandon Heath,
but this is the thing.
Brandon Bowman. These dudes.
This is where these things get difficult. You cannot measure the heart of a champion. So there is grit, there is heart, there's another level. Now I get what you're saying. Now that Dominguez team that Mac beat in the undefeated season was not Westchester. It was not. Not even close. Not even close. But that does not mean because that wasn't even a close game when they beat them.
It wasn't. I'm gonna give them their flowers because they did something that nobody could. That's hard to do. Undefeated season. Only other person I've seen go undefeated season when their high school team was my junior college teammate in Dallas, Lincoln, with Chris Bosh and those guys. They went 40-0. And then in my freshman year in Texas, a guy named that went to Woolridge in Houston with Daniel Union and TJ Ford. They went 4-0. So it's not easy to do.
I think a closer match would be the 99 Fremont and y'all, because Josh can match with Leon. You and Jermaine would be a good match. Lance and Mondo would be a good match. Those are you could say even.
Ken, nope.
I have to guard Larry. I ain't guard those.
Or you guard Larry.
I have to guard Larry. I gotta guard Larry.
Lance, but
now we got a debate. Now
we don't got a debate, Ken. Lance and Mondo is not a matchup.
No. Mondo is better than Lance, but that don't mean Lance can't play with Mondo.
Yeah, no knock on Maine. That's my guy, but I would have to guard Larry.
Best wing defender. Best wing defender.
Yeah, he got it. Yeah. Hey, but are we, Ken? Nah, dude. We not about to. Come on, dude.
You don't think 99 Fremont and 01 or 02 Tech is a good match?
No, definitely not the 01 Tech. Are we talking 01 Tech with Keith and Shea?
I mean, definitely Shea, because Shea wasn't ineligible to the end, so he actually played.
So, but even if we go to 01 team, we go to 01 Tech.
Played a couple preseason games.
Now look at the modern day team that Fremont beat. Look at the modern day team Fremont beat.
Ooh,
that modern day team beat. No, that's too early. Because I was gonna say I think that modern day team beat LeBron in there, but that might be too early though.
No, Ken, the 01 team. If you put Shea on that 01 team, no, because then we got Shea, Deuce, and Leon on the front court. That's a matchup problem for Fremont, all three of them. Because Josh can't.
It'd be a close game.
Because Josh and Leon can guard each other.
Yeah, that's we ain't got a double. Josh is.
We don't have. Yeah, but we don't have to double. We don't have to double that. But when Leon get the ball, you gotta double it.
You gotta double it.
You gotta double it.
I think Leon's senior year was more. Leon was more skilled. Like not saying Josh wasn't skilled, but Leon footwork and stuff was more skilled.
Look at that. Look at the modern day team that Fremont beat on paper and tell me
who they had.
They had the Childress.
Oh yeah.
The Afro. Don't quote me on this one, but I think they had some dude named Bozeman or something.
Yeah, Cedric
Bozeman. I think DJ Strawberry was on that team.
They were loaded.
I mean, it's a matchup. It's a matchup. But if I rank
Steve Scoggins was like player of the year in SoCal.
Hey, but Ken, the reason I would rank the Tech team ahead of Fremont team in that ranking is because Fremont went to state. No, they went to state back to back.
Right.
They went to state back.
But I think 98 Fremont could have though.
No, I don't think the 98 Fremont team was beating Vallejo or St. Joe's.
No, they lost to St. Joe's. They already lost. Yeah, they lost.
They lost to St. Joe's.
St. Joe's was loaded. That was a different. That was a team. That was a loaded team.
What about St. Joe's? 98 versus your Tech.
Versus who? My Tech team.
Yeah, 01 or 02.
02. I'd say that'd be a tough matchup.
Because if you include
you got Nate. Shea, now you got Nate going against Mondo.
Right.
Renee guarding Q.
Now you got Shea to go with Justin or Andre.
Deuce got to guard Ray Young.
I got to guard Ray.
Now we got to.
Now you got some. Now you got some.
Hey, Ray Young's my guy. Been knowing him since he was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm still picking.
He should have stayed played baseball. I don't care what
played some baseball. Ray, you should have.
Ray should have played baseball.
Hey, this is what we're gonna do.
In
addition to the top 25, we got to do a top 5 or top 10 teams.
We can do that. We can put that list together. We can do that.
I just know we top 10.
Oh, you're on it. You're on it.
On top 10.
Hold on, you talking East Bay, Ken, or just OEL?
East Bay would make it more like
we still top 10.
OEL.
East Bay.
I gotta go top 5. But
if we go East Bay,
top 10.
If we go East Bay, we got to go top 10. And where would you rank that Drew Gooden El Cerrito squad at?
I gotta think it out, but just off the top of my head, I mean that was a good team.
They was nasty.
Any team that go to state is a good team.
Yeah. When you go to state, we can't say the lead.
Especially, even if it was D3, it was D3.
The best player on their team was Armani anyway.
That's what everybody say. I don't agree.
Armani
He
was
was a
a
hell
great
of a
player.
shooter, but he was not better than Drew Gooden.
Yes, he was.
But they had a lot of even not Jamal, but
Javon.
Javon Harris.
Javon was good too, but Armani was.
Armani was the most underrated.
Yeah.
Like he didn't get the juice, but
Right.
when you stepped on the court and he splashed 3 threes on you, like
Will Chris Dixon Kennedy team make the list?
no.
No.
Talk about Richmond?
Not the top 10?
Richmond?
No.
They gotta make
Not my top 10.
Not your top 10.
Not my top 10.
That's our top 10.
It's a close call.
Ken.
They were pretty close. They were pretty good though. I don't know about that. I don't know about top 10.
No,
But Courtney does.
teams.
Courtney has a son that's really good.
In basketball?
Yes, sir. Courtney has a son that's really good. He's really good. He's gonna be good as well.
Because you got to even think if we talk about East Bay, you got to put De La Salle one of the teams.
One of them. They kept going to state.
You got to put one of them in
there.
They're top 10 no matter what because of the program.
For the sake of argument, man, we got to go OEL. I just rather go OEL.
I hated playing De La Salle.
Yeah,
passion.
We just got to go OEL, and that's a better debate because you got the teams that. Like Ken team that like the 90s.
No, we not top 5.
No. But look, if you
we not top 5.
No, but look, y'all won it,
top
right?
10 for sure. Top 10 for sure.
No. But here's the thing, Ken. If y'all team won it, the championship 2000, right?
Yep.
And you not willing to put
9-1. That's the peak. 9-1. 9-1.
Y'all went
9-1.
And you not willing to put y'all team in the top 10, right? But me, I would
go 10 and 0.
It depends on the era. How many years we going?
If we keep our same 96 to 04, we keep our same 96 to 04. Literally,
who did y'all lose to?
Fremont, man, on senior night.
So we go 96 to 04. Damn, because the argument is not the 99 team and Tech team. I would rather the argument be the 96 Fremont team and Tech team.
96, but then you got the MAC teams that I don't think we, with Tuck and all them. I don't know if we beat them.
Man.
But listen though, me personally would put the Oakland High 96 team in that, even though they didn't win it. And that's how I know that they was better than the 2000 team because you're not even considering.
But I wouldn't put 96 in there. I wouldn't put 90. Bro, they were not better than us, Doc. They were not better than us.
Y'all, listen, y'all won it. I give you, y'all won it. When we go top to bottom,
champion,
top to bottom. So
when you talk about that split second of am I going to step over and take this charge or not? That's the heart of a champion. When you say, am I going to box this guy out or not? It's the heart of a champion. When you say, I'm not going to get the split second when your teammate turn the ball over, you say, I'm not going to jump down his throat.
Marshawn ain't trying to listen to none of that.
That is all the difference of heart of a champion.
Oh, Ken, y'all didn't run up against Will Levy, Daryl Tucker, fucking tandem.
We beat Tech twice.
Dude, you beat a young.
We beat everybody we have on the show. P40, we beat them twice. Skyline with Jay Van Eck, y'all want him on the show? We beat them twice.
What you're failing to realize is y'all the lead that year had a down period. It had a down period.
So they say.
It was down, Ken. It was down.
So they say.
It was down. And in that down period, like y'all didn't run up against. Like, can you imagine you got Raymond Holt and who else was the center for Fremont? I mean, for Oakland High that year. You got Ray Holt and Marshawn. Marshawn is guarding Levy, bro. It's a 5-inch difference.
Listen, there's a 5-inch difference, and somebody's gonna lose some teeth. I don't know who. Somebody gonna have a busted nose, buddy lip. I don't know who was going to be.
Okay.
But
so Levy.
I have an idea about it,
Levy went to DVC in Eastern Washington, right?
Yeah.
Tremaine Fuqua went to Skyline Junior College in Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
We beat them twice with Dante Campbell at 6'2".
Hey, listen to me. All right, so
they had Jason Van Eck too.
Van Eck. We gotta end this because we had 2 hours and 15 minutes.
No, hold on.
Are you comparing?
Kenny Edwards is a Division I athlete. Dante Campbell is a Division I athlete. Jermaine Washington is a Division I athlete. Now, we didn't even get to Antonio Williams Parker, who played D1, Allende Ubaka, who went to Cal, Worm, who went D1, Brian Price, Mossy. Bro, we had a team.
Hey, Ken, this is what you're telling me right now, though, Ken. And I love my guy to death. The first person you named, or you said Levy went here, Jermaine Fuqua went there.
I'm saying they
are you comparing them two to each other?
I think Levy's better than Tremaine, but what I'm saying is we did not beat a bunch of scrubs. We did not beat a bunch of scrubs, is what I'm saying.
You mean in high school? Because Trey had the best footwork I played with that. I'm
putting Levy over Tremaine.
Trey had the best footwork and he had a better shot.
Better shot.
Soft touch.
Tremaine was Chris Webber.
And the only person to dunk on Leon. Well, the second person to dunk on Leon.
He did tell me that. You know what? He did. Give Tremaine his flowers, bro. Tremaine.
No. I'm not saying Tremaine is weak. I'm saying Tremaine was on the level.
I understand that. Listen. Tremaine,
the second person to dunk on Leon was Ike. Ike Kelly dunked on Leon. Very bad.
Listen to me. I seen Tremaine and Keith Juneteenth at the lake. Lo, I love the podcast, man. Check this out. Hey, bro, y'all got to get on there. Tremaine like, no, Lo, I ain't gonna talk. Keith like, I got you, bro. But Tremaine said, but Lo, they be trying to tell me this, man. I dunked on Leon. You know, I've been knowing Tremaine since we was kids. That's my supervisor calling me. We got to wrap this up pretty soon. Tremaine says, Lo, I dunked on him. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. You know, you go run with that, man. I dunked on the NBA champion. Deuce just confirmed it, man. I got to make that right, man.
He played. We came to double. I didn't come in time enough, and he just went up and he did it.
Shout out T.
Shout out T. Fuqua. I fucks with T.
Hey,
I need some Everton Jones though.
Dude, sign us out, man. Dude, give us some words as you get up out of here.
To the young kids that's coming up, keep working hard. You know, hard work is undefeated. It's undefeated. We live in a time that you want to be remembered for all your offensive skills, all your playmaking ability. Find your niche, find your role, stick to it, and then when you gonna have a good outcome. And also, first and foremost, you got to make sure those grades is right, because as we talked about, our OAL alumni and teams of that nature, people who played and who didn't play, the one thing that messed a lot of guys up was the grades, and everybody can contest to that. And you know, just keep pushing forward. And I hope the OAL get back to them days of packed crowds and loud music, because that was Oakland. That was what coaches came to see in those days, because they're not coming back out here. You have to go to a private school, Catholic school to be seen now, and that's unheard of. Public schools should get back to being in public school.
Thank
you. We don't look out for Team Lillard coming back sometime in the near future. I don't know when, due to COVID, but we'll be coming back. It's been difficult. We had a few kids in college this freshman year: Sac State, Cal Baptist, Sam Houston State. We got another kid in Arizona at a junior college. They about to make some noise, my guys. A good group. So we're looking forward to get back with the kids and helping them earn scholarships. Not getting handed one, but earning scholarships, so their parents don't have to pay for it. That's the ultimate goal. That's all we in it for. And so, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Shit, man. Thank you for coming on,
we appreciate you giving us your time, man. Like I said, man, I love when we get to talk some Bulldog talk, man. I love it, man. Hey, man, shoot Ken. Man, shoot Ken Mondo number, man. We got to get Mondo on, man. I need Mondo on this thing, man. You know, that'll round off.
All good.
That'll damn near round off the 5.
We
have everybody's story from the 35 almost, man. We gonna get Keith to come out of retirement to give his story, because it's very unique, and I want to hear it, man. But appreciate you for coming on, man. Dudes, appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys.
It's all good.
All right, baby. I'll let you later.
All right.
Hey Ken, I told you, man, I love the Bulldogs episode, man. I got one more Bulldog. So here's my 3 Bulldogs I got left on my list,
Who
Ken.
you
And
got?
we don't have to bring, we can wait a minute. I have Mike Denard. We got to get Mike one of these days, you know. Keith Wheelwright
Yep.
and Armando Surratt.
I can roll with that.
Armando
I be
Surratt.
feeling ganged up on, but I got to hear those 3 as well.
I just want to hear those 3, man. You know, all the way around, man. Mike's story, you know, Keith's story. We've been trying to get Keith on and Mondo, man. Like, we really don't understand. Dude, can you imagine that? Being at Tech shooting dice and Georgetown coach is looking for you? Like, hey, dude, that's one for the ages, man. This is
Man,
Georgetown, man. Allen Iverson country, man. You know, Patrick Ewing them. So definitely, man. Shout out to Mondo. Got to get them on. Shout out to Deuce for coming in, man,
yeah, that was a good
and
one.
blessing us with that story, man.
That's a good one. I'm gonna get some of my Ohio guys on here. We had Marshawn and Allende represent, but I'm gonna have to go get some of my grinders, my Dante Campbells, Jermaine Washingtons. Man,
Definitely got to
if
get
I could
Maine
find
on.
Tone Parker, I'd love to get him on.
But we got to get Jermaine on, man, because I ain't gonna lie. You let me know how much of a killer Maine was. I didn't know, and I've been knowing Maine for a long time. I didn't know he was a killer like that, Ken. So I
Because it's
got to
soft
hear,
spoken.
man. I got to hear it. So shout out to Jermaine. We got to get him on.
Yeah, man, for sure. So, man, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. We want to thank our special guest, Kenneth Deuce Smith. Man, look, every disagreement out there ain't gotta end up with a killing, man. Like, we got to be able to start talking some things out. We got to start being able to value life, and value each other's lives, value our own lives. It's got to be a different way, man. So, shout out to all the youth coaches out there, all the mentors who are trying to change things in the streets. But us as adults, man, we got to do better. It's okay to just disagree with somebody. It's okay to be slighted or disrespected and not go straight to the gut, man. So, man, we just got to do better. But for the Rec Center podcast, I'm Kenny Edwards, Lorenzo Parham. We out.